That's
if you're having sex with someone and you can't tell if they're smoking, then you don't have enough experience with people who smoke.
I mean, I have, but I'm not even gonna with her because I'm gonna see it from the start. Like this ain't on something right. Like, but crack, like.
I feel like you could smell it on them.
Smoking crack, yeah, you can smell it on them.
No, but they don't have to be like. But that's what I'm saying is that the time that you're actually messed up off the crack is not long enough for you to just be chilling afterwards.
It's pretty that smoke crack too.
Is there? Because I don't know them.
You know?
No, I don't personally.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen it. I believe you.
It's pretty that smoke crack too.
Jesus.
I mean, at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
be ran down 4 or 5 years later. They're gonna be looking like some that. But like the ones that don't want to snort and they be hitting the. Man, I've been around some prostitutes.
I've seen some of them hit that off of foil.
Oh yeah,
sitting there just foiling that freebase.
I won't give you the full length version of this tale. Back in the day, I remember I came home to my old crib back when we lived in the BMX house, and my homie's sitting there with 2 girls. And he had texted me beforehand and said, like, yeah, I got this girl over and she got a friend. You should mess with the friend so that I can take the other girl in my room or whatever. I go, okay, cool. So as soon as I sit down or whatever, I hang out for like 20 minutes and I'm barely even talking to the girl. But then I just look at her and I'm just like, you want to go up to my room? She says, okay. We go up there. We pipe. Go to sleep. Wake up 8-9 hours later. When we wake up, I'm already on my computer editing something. She goes, and this is like 2014. She just looks at me and she just goes, hey, do you mind if I smoke this? And she got her little meth kit.
Yeah.
The foil and all that shit.
Oh, man.
I'm thinking like, what the I don't give a f. You can do whatever you want. I'm about to kick you out in an hour anyway.
You gotta go.
Yeah, even thinking about it now, I'm like, I cannot believe you let her sleep in your bed. But then she just busts out the kit and all of a sudden she's racking up some lines and she's smoking it off the foil. And I'm like, damn, Adam, you really the meth head last night. That's crazy. I swear to God, I didn't even talk to her. I just took her by the hand and led her up the stairs to my room and hit that. And then afterwards, I'm thinking like, God damn, I wore a condom if I knew that she was a
to say you went skinny dipping too.
Oh yeah, of course. I've been skinny dipping since day one. I got no respect for my wiener. No, I do now though. But back then, no. I was wild.
And you have to now because of the business.
Exactly.
So that's the only reason. So you said if that could all get skipped, like, and there was like just you could bypass it, you would do it.
If I had one wish, I would eliminate all the STDs so that everybody could raw dog each other.
Yeah, they call me the Care Cat King.
I feel like I was supposed to say pause. I don't know.
Because I'm speaking for the gays. The gays would be having a good old time, but that's really what happened is that during like the 70s and shit, everybody just started banging each other, and then all the STDs come into formation because everybody was getting too buck wild with it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's how I'm living. How y'all doing? We got Remo in this.
We in there chilling.
This is not Desto Dub.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
I'm rocking it though.
He rocking that dub. We all got on cough syrup today.
Not me. I got NoJumper.com.
I got
on who?
The house phones. You know what I'm saying? I got the high roller house phone.
Because you went to the pop up.
Yeah, I had to go support house phone.
How was that? How were the vibes?
What's cool?
We was vibed out. I bought my baby.
I know. I seen you rocking the baby on your chest.
On my chest.
They called it out on Reddit. I'm like, oh my God, how was the Reddit showing Big Baby rocking it? Because you know what that reminds me of? You remember the dude who played James Bond? He had a photo where he was rocking the baby on his chest, and they were roasting him and saying that that's not manly to be carrying your kid on your chest, which I cannot disagree more. That's a real man who's not scared to be having his kid strapped up on his chest.
I agree. We was around there.
What them hoes was doing?
Man, still flocking.
Yeah,
still biting.
Single daddy.
Big Baby was using that baby like a shield. He's like, nobody gonna do anything to me if I'm wearing the baby.
Right?
I know we was just out there this Sunday with no baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, we for some reason we've been hitting it on Sundays out there.
Oh yeah, I seen y'all all together. I was a little bit like, damn, I should be there.
Yeah, we can't wait till the store open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're gonna be right there.
I'm hanging out at the crib with a bunch of 40-year-old Armenian people, and I'm seeing y'all just kicking it together. I'm like, damn, this is.
I popped out with him too.
Even Remo's on the block.
Yeah, Remo on the block.
Reem was on the block.
Yo, take your hat off. Show them what you're working with now.
Trying to do the hairline reveal. Ain't never seen a hairline reveal, man.
I've never seen him with a clean lineup before. I don't know.
I be wearing hats just all the time though. Like even like I had braids before I even got on here. I used to always just been wearing hats.
You had braids? We got to see those
Remo
pictures.
stepping out as a personality. He been on fire too. He coming in the game like what's the girl, the little white girl name?
Oh, is you saying he's the new Bobby? Yeah, 'cause he's an industry player.
He's an industry player.
Bobby.
That's crazy. Yo,
Bobby
Drake.
Brown.
What I'm saying?
Yo, Drake, where we at with it?
Where we at?
Where we
I'm
at,
talking
Drake?
about he coming
Bro.
with the J Mains, the
Crack
Reese
Bobby.
baby. Come on, man. Come on.
we doing
TF.
Man,
Man,
bro.
when I'm on the FaceTime with them, how you know this? Remo know a lot of street dudes that's famous that I didn't really like hung with and handle business with. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time
Remo's
we
a
had
very
fun.
big asset to what I'm doing in terms of interviews because he
Nah,
really helps me
it's-
line up
it's
the
the
questions.
glue.
And even today, I'm not gonna put too much in the air because I don't want to like say
Jinx.
that it's happening before it's happening, even though they're not gonna see this until it's already happened. But today might be one of the most epic days in the history of Chirac because No Jumper is talking to some people that, well, one person in particular who has never spoken on an interview as far as a little
He
tiny
coming
bits
today?
over the years, but we got some crazy that's going down
Oh,
today.
yeah, I'm gonna be here. You talking about for my man's?
Yeah, we got some lined up today.
Yeah,
for
you
sure,
know that's
for sure.
that's my man's man.
I was on
How do you know
FaceTime. This nigga know everybody, man.
You know Zoo?
That's
We can
Duty.
say it because he'll be done by the time this
Duty
comes
and
out.
Zoo, Duty and Zoo live
nah.
together damn near like all
Really?
the time.
Yeah.
Zoo my man.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Zoo my man. Him he gonna pop out even like when Dirk on his rapper gotta go to the meetings and all that. Zoo, hey, where you at? Pick me up. Woo, woo, woo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Duty, all of them. And all of them call me.
That's how I know he knew you because
Yeah.
when I was on FaceTime when he referred to you, so I'm like, if you know Brick, you call
Yeah,
him.
like all the industry people call me Brick Baby. Everybody that knew me before the industry.
Confirmed, No Jumper BD. It's official. You. He's like looking around the room.
Yeah, I look around.
Oh no, I thought
Where
you
is he?
said no because you play it like you said confirm No Jumper BD. What I was saying is I thought you were talking about the other BD.
No, because all the
Big dick.
Oh, I thought you were talking about baby daddy because you that too with a baby on your chest.
Yeah. I'm an honorary BD.
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm an honorary GD lover.
It's it's 6 OTF. You know that's what we doing. It's 6 OTF.
That makes a lot of
Yeah, I
sense.
mean-
6-0.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people like have to spell it out like that, like 6 space OWE.
Yeah.
That really gets the point across in a way they're just writing 6-0 with
That's
not.
when you know they mad.
Yeah.
When the nigga put on 6-0 and spell the SIX and OWE.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know me?
Banging politics, man. The
I don't mess with none of that. I just hit my Bompton G Uno. You like that? That's pretty good, right?
Bam to Gio now, huh?
Wait, I gotta play the real version because I got it like fresh on my phone because I seen somebody put it in the Reddit. Why is it not playing?
Probably because you got just muted on the side.
Muted.
Shout out
Yep.
Bob to Gio though, man.
doesn't-
Y'all go run them views up on that video a little bit more, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out No Jumper, man, for the promo.
Well, it's
You did.
crazy. I saved that video file and it won't even play. So now I'm gonna play it off of my Instagram story because it's that important to me. Sorry to all the people at home having to endure this. There's Lush. He hit that shit. I'm not gonna lie, like during that interview, that was one thing that like it kept becoming more and more of a meme in my mind. Like the first time he said, "Mom, did you know?" I'm kind of thinking like, damn, that had a ring to it.
Yeah,
And then by the
ring to
8th
it.
time he said it, I was like, oh man, that shit is gonna be a classic right there. So, like,
Yeah.
seeing people keep saying it so much is like really.
Listen, we need to get a button on the No Jumper news.
We used to have that shit. We
No,
used to
I've
have
been
the
using them
soundboard.
lately.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I've been using them.
What you got?
I'm not gay no more. And then
The only one that's on there right now. right?
nah,
But who said that?
We got the other one that went into motion. What was the other one yesterday?
We used to have that shit, but
Put
it
on
was,
the news.
it was getting used
Oh
too
no,
much.
it was like, hey yo, what the?
We used to have it, but it was
Come on,
overused at a certain point. But maybe we should bring it back.
I've been bringing it back. You gotta check the last
soundboard?
episode.
Dun dun. The
Yeah,
like
soundboard.
the court noise or whatever.
We used to have it sitting right there in the middle of the table.
Yeah, those were good times.
Good days.
Good times.
Good times.
Hey,
Hey, man, I mean,
y'all-
at least we got the table back.
Surviving
He
member.
endorsed me, man. That's all I
Surviving
drink.
fucking member, man.
He survived
I
the
survived that shit.
the
Shit was
nuclear no
crazy,
jumper
bro.
holocaust.
That shit was insane. dog.
Snake Gate. That's
what
what I
we
call
calling it?
Yeah, well, I mean, you need like a catchy little name for it, right? Does that work?
I follow with it.
Snake Gate.
Who was the snakes?
Well, I mean, put 2 and 2 together, Remo. Well, what's everybody got going on? What's happening?
Oh man, it's been hopefully, man, it's gonna be an eventful week. My birthday is this weekend, so I'm cutting.
I feel like we should have known that. What day?
Saturday.
I gotta put
16th.
the Sharpster's birthday in my fucking calendar. What are you thinking about doing?
Probably go to Florida.
Florida
Something.
to do what?
I don't know.
You just want to be on the move.
We
Yes,
gonna
be
be
on the
out
move.
there vlogging for his birthday. I'm going too.
You're going to Florida this weekend?
Yeah, go vlog. Fuck it.
Vlog.
Y'all
Go
going to
crazy.
Miami?
Yeah, go crazy. Of course, man. We're
Gotta
going.
go to Miami.
Don't worry, we're going somewhere. Can't let everybody. We're just going.
Did you end up hanging out with the girl that we interviewed together the other day?
No.
We interviewed a girl, and we
She
did.
wanted me to pull up, but I didn't even go.
See, she was asking me too. She's like,
She
"Yeah, we
was
might be going out
thirsty.
tonight." Oh man, but
She
she
was
had a
thirsty. She
booty
had
that
that
was
booty that
She was
was-
hanging off.
That's what you call
Hey,
onion.
listen,
booty.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The blonde was what made her look cool to me, but then when she had the black hair, I was like, you kind of look regular, look mid.
The onion booty.
She looked kind of mid with the black hair. I think
Shout
it's
out
the blonde
Lady
that was
SB.
doing it. Yeah, shout out Lady SB. I
yeah,
fuck with her, but
yeah.
I'm saying like it's the blonde that was
Shout
doing it.
out my sitch too, cause that bitch got be hot than a motherfucker right now.
Who?
I love you though.
Who's
baby.
your Oh, because you were beefing. You want to talk to us about that?
You had to fucking do it. I didn't expect that.
shout
I didn't
out
expect
my
that.
sis,
Wait,
too,
is that
bitch.
an apology right there or what?
Yeah, that's a gangster's apology. I love you,
I ain't
baby.
gonna lie. I didn't expect
Yeah,
that one.
man,
That would
yeah.
still be off guard.
For the people at home, Brick
He's a
Baby was a
real
little
nigga for that.
he was a little caught up this morning before we got on here. He was having a little bit of an argument, but you throwing an apology on here, that must mean you really mean it. What'd you do wrong?
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's just I've been on her ass. I've been trying to motivate her. Do your homework when Brick Baby got a job and you don't.
Ooh. But she got to take care of the kid, right? But is she doing mom duty?
Yeah, she do. No, I'm talking shit.
That's not enough
That's
work?
not what we was arguing about.
Damn.
That's not, no. We got a couple online businesses that it hasn't been being fulfilled just off the fact that she keeps seeing me with these rack A's, do their homework on our Brick Baby account, do $35,000 a month now since I've been on No Jumper. You want to see the receipts?
Oh shit.
You know what I mean?
I don't need to see your receipts. I'll just believe you. Damn, we paying him $35,000 a month. Damn, that's fire.
It ain't that. It's the platform alone.
It's
It's not
boosting
that.
all the other
It's
stuff.
not that. We ain't even gonna talk about what I get paid from you, right?
Right.
Which I'm appreciative for. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm
But
appreciative.
the fact that we on a platform every day, do your homework on how they looking for Brick Baby every day and the promos and the here I got this for you. Can you come over here and do this and that and the other?
But it's crazy because in the lead up to Snakegate, it was like there was a period of time where a bunch of the different hosts were basically like some people would be exaggerating how much they were getting paid, and some people would be like massively downgrading how much they were getting paid. So it's like it created this super weird environment where people were convinced that other people were getting paid like a shitload, and other people were basically like playing the victim and saying that they weren't getting paid shit. And it was like almost all of it was total bullshit. And I'm just kind of sitting back, and I never really like jumped in the middle of it and said like, hey, it would probably be helpful for the crew and the business if we didn't discuss that, which I probably should have jumped in front of all
I
that
would tell you
early
what,
on.
I'm all right. So I was here for it, and I watched it all happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened was it all started to take a turn when you said you was making $1 million a month.
You know?
Once you said that, bro, the whole office was in a frenzy. Now everybody's sitting up over here
Niggas
like,
pocket
hey,
watching and shit.
Now niggas is pocket watching who's getting paid.
You
What?
deserve that, though.
That's really
Do you
was
know-
your start. You started that shit.
I wish people could understand that when you run a business, if you make $1 million a month, there's
That
a very
doesn't go
strong
to your
chance
pocket.
you ain't holding on to $1 million a month.
not holding on to
Let's
the whole
start out
million.
with taxes. That's half chopped off
Yeah,
the top.
chopped off the top.
Not to mention everybody who gets paid has to get paid out of that. And when you have 10 employees and 10 fucking personalities and shit.
Not to mention to keep the business running itself.
But
Gotta
you
put
know
in money
what?
for
When I
that.
said that on that podcast, I should have sat down with people because I forgot how people would take it. And I should have said, hey, listen, I said something on this podcast. You got to be mature enough to understand that when I say that kind of thing, I'm kind of doing it as a marketing
beef us up.
tactic.
Yeah.
To be
Basically,
honest,
you got
I
to
don't
fake
care.
it till you make it. And even when you make it a little bit, you got to keep faking
it.
because that's just what it is. If you're a rapper like myself, a drill rapper like myself, you got to like put out something out there. And listen, I don't wear chains. I don't wear nice ass clothes and shit. So for me, it's like even saying that, and still to this day, I was listening to this dude Sam Hyde, who there's no way you guys know him, but he's like a fucking internet comedian. I'm watching a video of him talking about me, and he's talking about how insanely successful No Jumper is, and how this guy makes this much money and stuff. And I'm like, that's crazy because he would not have that assumption that No Jumper is this gigantic thing, and he's also like massively over. He's like, this guy's got to be making $5 million a month at this point. I'm watching it, just thinking like, bro, if you think I'm making $60 million a year, that is amazing. Like, that is so sick.
So this is like for the people in the streets that don't know. This is how you detect when somebody's lying to you, right? When a motherfucker say, I just signed a deal for like 500-600.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Which one was it? So you know you got to divide that by maybe 3 if you don't do it by 2. Nigga might have just signed for 300. I know when I signed my deal for 100,000, I told a nigga I'd sign for 250.
Because you know why?
It felt like it. Anyway.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
because when niggas come from nothing and you touch 100,000, this shit feel like $250,000 in the nigga pocket. This shit feel
know what I'm
like
saying?
100,000. So I understand the logic.
And I double back and signed another
I understand
something
the
for
logic.
75,000, like right around the time. So yeah,
But you know why I don't do
closer
that?
to a
You know why I
quarter
don't do
than
that no
what I
more
was.
though, Brick? I ain't want to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Because see, you get comfortable thinking like, damn, this 100's 100. You know what I'm saying? Once I start telling myself that, homie, okay, I need more. See, that's what niggas, you get complacent. Now you don't, my stomach's full.
Yeah.
I don't really, I
Nah,
got it already.
I
I'm
don't
250.
never,
Or you got
yeah.
100, you spent it. Now somebody said, I thought you had
Yeah,
250.
nigga, nah.
But you just ran through that 100 nigga fast.
But you know me, I'm a hustler. I can't. I will never sit still. Like
My problem is that I'm too optimistic. So it's like
I gotta move.
I remember back in the day when I first was getting close to having like 100 grand. I started telling people I was a millionaire. I didn't give a fuck because in my mind I'm so optimistic about the future that I'm like, well, I already did this once. It's only a couple months away from me doing it a few more times and shit like that, you know? And also like you can always calculate the brand equity in your head, which is to say like, well, if I sold No Jumper right now, I could get X amount of dollars or whatever, you know?
Catalog
So like
is crazy.
But you always think of that in your head where it's like, I might not have this amount in the
crazy.
bank, but what I have as potential in the future is also
That's
something that
it.
could be
I
considered.
wouldn't see
That's
you.
it.
I could never see you selling No Jumper. It's your baby.
I think
couldn't
about
see
it.
you selling it. Bro.
But I think about it sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck would I do if I wasn't doing this shit? Because sometimes, like, I was just in Hawaii for a week, just kicking back, feet up. Sorry to everybody that we missed last week's episode, but we did 7 interviews last week, and I think at one point it was supposed to be like 10 or 11, but a few of them got moved around. But basically, like, I was just in Hawaii kicking it on the beach and stuff. And one thing about Hawaii is you just look at all these people. If you choose to live there, a huge percentage of people who live there will finish up their day at work or whatever and go straight to the beach because you really do not have much of a reason to be living in this isolated ass island place unless you really loved the sun and the beach and swimming or surfing or whatever. And I love that shit too, but I can't in good conscience give up on all the momentum that I have and the shit that I have going on and all the people that are relying on me to just go kick my feet up. Now, Vlad is 11 years older than me, and I was just recently listening to him in an interview, and he's talking about how he's been really actually thinking about retiring. And I think about it a little bit sometimes like, damn, if I was at his age, if I was 50, would I want to retire? But I also feel like, what the fuck else would I want to do with my time besides
You
have
drive yourself
conversations,
crazy.
chop it up, put it on YouTube, get all the feedback, look through 1,000 comments. I mean, that shit is like so fun to me. So I feel like I've seen this with my parents too, though, where my parents for years and years and years would say like, I'm never going to retire. I love my job,
Yeah.
rah, rah, rah. And then all of a sudden you're like 63 and you're like, well, shit, I am slowing down. You know, life is not quite as exciting or as fun. Like even with my mom now, like she was a librarian for all these years, waking up at 5:30 in the morning so she could
Now she's
drive.
probably like, fuck.
Now
What
she
do I
sits
do?
around and she reads books and she watches fucking movies on TV and she hangs out with my dad and they go out for lunches and shit like that. And, you know, they kind of earn that at a certain point in their life. But for me to actually stop, because I could just do plug talk and just be chilling and just fuck.
Yeah.
But that sounds gay as fuck. I don't want to do that. I want to be in here turning up with the boys, bumming a parliament.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for,
Talk
man.
about
Yeah,
that
after
shit.
like watching, like, you know, being a part of No Jumper and shit, after watching how you move, you work a lot. You know what I'm saying? Compared
you,
to a
Remo.
lot of niggas, like this nigga really be cranking out mad shit. Like even in Hawaii, the whole time nigga in Hawaii, he's still working. So it's
Yeah.
like, bro, really, you know what I'm
He
saying? Really
did
be working.
that motivates me. Like I said, I don't know if you caught the shout out. Did you watch the full rant with me and Academic?
No, I did not see the whole
It
thing.
was
We're definitely going to be getting into that. What'd you say?
Did you catch the shout out? Even before we even get into that, I'm just saying, I said, what dude that came from my background and been struggling with legal problems and hustling and it being here and it's gone and all that, what dude would turn down the opportunity to learn from one of the greatest podcasters in the game right
Appreciate
now.
that.
I sit back and I watch this nigga do 6 interviews in a day and all that. It be some days that I pull up and I ain't even on schedule and I could leave and I stay and I hop in on interviews that I didn't know was going on or nothing just because I see him doing it and I know, guess what? These interviews is going to get me together to where I could perfect my craft. So I'm right here learning. Motherfucker tell me I talk too much and I cut people off and I don't. I sit back. My bad. I sit back and I started to stop doing it. When I catch myself, I be like, oh, my bad. Go ahead. You get what I'm saying? I only can get greater at this shit. This is 3 months in. You niggas built your life practicing for YouTube, man. I'm just a viral street nigga that just actually is smart enough to sit down and interview people and be right here and have these type of conversations.
I'm 2 years in, right? 2 years into this shit. When I came in, I was like, this shit was new. Like, I caught myself cutting people off, talking too much, like I'm saying, not letting them finish what they're gonna say. You know, I've learned a lot here, homie, and I just, shit, my nigga, I can't thank bros enough, you know, because I used to try to go as hard as him. I'm like, nigga, I got to knock out at least 5 interviews a day. Now I'm going crazy. 5, 6 interviews, nigga. I'm drained at the end of the day, bro. Like,
I feel like I've learned that that's not the move either,
that ain't
because
even the move.
sometimes I can do it if it comes down to it, and it's like I have to do it, but
You're not
you
interested.
do that for like more than a day or two, you really start burning out, and it's really hard. And especially like, I watch Joe Rogan and he'll sit and have a 3-4 hour conversation. I do that shit sometimes, but I'm telling you, if I got 4 fucking interviews for that day, I'm definitely not sitting down with somebody for more than 2 hours, you know? Yeah. But like, I don't know, like, I feel like that is the conversation that anybody who works here or does content here that I want to always be able to have is like, let's be able to have a conversation about what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and have that conversation without the ego making it so that you take offense to it or whatever, which I felt like I always was trying to, and I made an error too. I can admit when I was wrong, is that I did too much of that shit on camera live, where somebody would be doing some lame ass joke over and over, and I would just tell them like on the podcast, like, yo, that shit corny. Like, you got to stop with that joke. Like, that shit is not funny or whatever. Yeah. And then people get defensive because they know that there's 100,000 people watching them get corrected or whatever. That's not the ideal way to handle it. But I definitely think, like, in general, like, we got to be able to have those conversations about what works and what doesn't, because the people who are winning the most in the podcast space are the people who are actually having those conversations behind closed doors. I could tell, as much as Joe Budden be acting like a bitch ass sometimes.
You got to be coachable.
You got to be able to have the conversation behind, like he does that with his co-hosts, is that they clearly are putting a lot of thought into how these conversations are going to play out, and they get themselves educated. If anything, I wish sometimes that I wasn't so knee deep in the interviews, because of the fact that if I wasn't doing so many interviews, then I would be able to really micromanage the art of us just sitting here having conversations and shit, when in reality we pretty much just plop down and just go for it.
We go for
and
it.
just see what happens, which I feel like the fans, if anything, they like us being a little bit more
vulnerable,
chaotic,
I wanna call it. Like, it's
yeah.
vulnerable because it's not scripted.
Right.
It's not, we're not coming here, okay, this is the agenda, this is how we're gonna talk about this. No, you ready to go have a dope ass conversation today? Nigga, Brick and say on 6-0, let's go. Nigga, you be like, yep, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Reem, I'm down, let's go. You know what I mean? Because we know what the fuck we're supposed to be doing here, bro. We're not, none of us at this table are dummies, homie. Despite whatever the fuck people want to say out there, they still watch us, dog. They know what we own. They know No Jumper's still gonna thrive. We still gonna stand as number one, the real number one in this shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just calling it because we're calling it. We're saying it because that's the fuck it is. It's facts. And people can say whatever the fuck they want to say, bro, but we know who been standing the test of time, dog. I always respected, hey, homie, this is your business. Hey, my nigga, I'm just a partner on with you. This is you. You run this at the end of the day, bro. I ain't trying to ever step on toes. I'm very coachable when it comes to, hey, Sharp, I think we should do this. Why you think we don't have no problems? We never do, bro. Everything is always one conversation away. If you can have the conversation, things can be fixed and things can move.
And that's the difference between you and some people that dipped out, is that some people who dipped out didn't really express that they weren't happy about the money situation until they were already long gone. Whereas Sharp, from very early on, we were having that conversation, and even like the past couple months, we'll have that conversation. Sometimes it might take a couple weeks to really get shit sorted out in terms of like,
shit's a process sometimes,
right? Yeah, but
man.
we just have the conversation.
It took a year and a half for me to move here, like a year. Like, we talked about this for a year. It wasn't just, oh, Sharp, you're going to get up, you're going to make the move. No, we were like, It's a possibility. Let's see what keeps happening, even for me, because I wouldn't want to make the move and the shit flops and shit bombs. That's going to come back on me too, not just the company. You
And
know
then
what I
all of
mean?
a sudden you got resentment for the company and for me for not
Yeah.
maybe like, not, that's like if you move in with a girl too early. And then, that could like really accelerate the beef between you. Whereas like, I feel like the average couple should wait a year, wait 2 years before you decide to move in, because you need to really like learn each other as people,
Right, right. I'm going to tell you this, bro. You've done a lot for me, dog. And you ain't did no sucker shit to me, no hoe shit to me, to where I'll be like, man, Adam, why you do me like that, bro? Everything you've ever done with me has always been straight across the board.
Appreciate that.
It's always been in black and white, like of just, this is what it is and this is what it's not.
Right.
Not in between, well, I don't know, and maybe, and well, that's not the conversation we had. No, we're very thorough in how we move around here. That's what made me stick. I'm like, I like the business aspect around here. The business is good.
Even-
then the friendship is great. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Even with me early on, when I was really like, all right, that's what I want to do. Well, we would sit down and be like, hey, what you think? Hey, that ain't gonna cut it because I gotta, I mean? And he be open to that shit. Like,
Nigga, look out for us, dog. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, can't nobody tell
super.
me nothing, homie. The comments can be like, oh, yeah, that's a slave owner, that's this, that's that. All this
Niggas be
extra
saying
weird
all type
ass
of
shit, homie. But at the end of the day, hey, I ain't gonna lie. The man's did nothing but good business with me, dog.
Hey, but peep this. Listen to this, because this to me feels like an admission.
Even just this situation right now is a learning experience for me. And let me tell you something, and I ain't never said this shit on camera. I take full responsibility, bro, for everything that happened. You wanna know why?
What do you mean?
Because I should have never mixed emotion with business, bro. As a man, I should have never mixed emotion with business, bro. I know now that I should just do business, my nigga, and leave the emotion out of that shit. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not getting invested with anybody no more when it comes down to that situation. We want to play this shit like businessman. We gonna be businessmen at the end of the day. We come, bro. I know what it's like to be a rapper, bro. To go to label.
I just thought that was kind of interesting, because that to me, it's like, I don't know if he realizes what he's saying right there is that like, yeah, like that was not the way to handle it. Like that fucking, like just because you felt like your ego was a little bit bruised in that moment or whatever, doesn't mean that you need to go blow shit up, because now I feel like they're kind of
got
seeing the
cussed
other
out
side of things.
When I said that to him,
I got
when
that clip
said-
ready too, if you want to listen to that.
Oh, no, but I'm saying I got cussed out when I said, hey, it's a business aspect, bro. Like, you got to understand that. Like, and that's not to them, bro. That's not even, that's to anybody in general. Like, that's a lesson right there. Like, you can't, don't fuck up your for sure. Sometimes that's not nothing to them. I look it for myself. I can't fuck up my for sures for a matey.
Yeah.
It's not the way you play poker.
Yeah.
It's not the way you, man, don't fuck up your for shows. You know what I'm saying, bro? Don't throw it away. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I say that in a general statement, bro. Like, I got nothing but love for them dudes, even though, like, I feel like only a couple probably got love for me, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm still cool with that. But that's all I was trying to say when all the shit went down, was just like, hey, man, business is business, bro. I'm here to do business, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you hold a good friendship. Is by doing good business. If I stop listening, me and you can be homies, right? We could have grew up together. We start doing business. If the business gets shitty, guess what? Our friendship's about to get shitty.
Period.
And we're not gonna fuck with each other the same. Now you gonna have a
Exactly.
resentment for me, I'm gonna have a resentment for you, and we ain't gonna give a fuck if our mamas used to drop each other off at the house to watch them and all that shit ain't
That
even
shit
gonna
ain't
matter,
even-
my
yeah,
nigga.
'cause you-
that shit's gonna look
yeah,
watered down because
yeah.
we're not doing right today.
Hey, before we get too much more deeper into this, I did want to send a big shout out to our partners over at Mango RX. Make sure you use the promo code Adam22 at checkout for 22% off your first order at MangoRx.com. Mango RX makes products that help men go hard in the bathroom. Mango combines tadalafil, the main ingredient in Cialis, with L-arginine and oxytocin, and in a rapidly dissolving tablet that tastes like mango for fast-acting results. Mango comes individually packaged so that you can be ready for fast-action results whether you're at home or on the go. Mango RX's mission is to make America hard again, and they have epic merch available at MakeAmericaHardAgain.com, like these two really cool hats that I would put on, but I don't want my hair to start looking flat right now so early in the day. Buying Mango is very easy. All you got to do is go to MangoRx.com and complete a short and secure telemedicine visit, and Mango can be shipped discreetly straight to your door. At checkout, be sure to use promo code ADAM22 to get an extra 22% off your first order. And continue to visit MangoRx.com, as the company is going to be putting out more and more innovative products in the future. Make every day hump day and go to MangoRx.com and use promo code ADAM22 to get an extra 22% off your first order. You and your partners are going to love it. Partners, assuming you're going to get multiple partners once you start popping some mangoes.
That's
You
funny.
said,
He said
go hard in the bathroom.
I was like, nigga, what the fuck?
Did you say? I meant to say bedroom and I said bathroom.
I was waiting, bro. I was like, hey, bro, did you
I
really
was like,
say
what the
they go
fuck
hard in the
is
bathroom? I'm like, nigga, what was we doing?
Hey, when I pop a Mango RX, I got to get the nut out so bad that I might have to go hit one in the bathroom just to keep myself under control.
I like how you cleaned that one up.
Cleaned it
All
up. Cleaned it up.
I'm like,
Clean it
damn.
up.
Let's start there. I just want to get this out the way and let everybody know that NFL, college football, and a brand new cash out system give you all you need, all the options you need to bet and win all season long. The first two legs of your parlay hit. Well, MyBookie can help you out with that. Cash out early and place another bet, or let it ride for a chance at a bigger payday. Join the MyBookie family for an entire season filled with daily odds boosts, same game parlays, and super contests. This season, MyBookie has a no strings attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quick. Use promo code NOJUMPER on a deposit of $50 or more, and you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. Bet your deposit amount once, and you're ready to withdraw at any time. Again, that's promo code NOJUMPER, one word, to claim your cash deposit bonus. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie.
So, Charles, let me ask some questions then.
What's up?
So, UAD, Pun, and all y'all speak since everything happened? Like, y'all got a relationship?
I've spoke to AD.
Or
That's it.
T-Rail, nobody else? Oh, since the BT shit with you and T-Rail, y'all ain't really...
And
That was a
I hit
moment.
T-Rail up. He said something, but he never hit me back. I told him to call me so we could chop it up, but he never called. But hey, it's all good with me, my nigga. I get it, bro. Like, listen, homie. Like, I get it, my nigga. Like, you know, that's why that goes to show, like, it was never about friendship. It was always business. Once we all separated, the friendship separated. It wasn't no, hey, what you doing today? Hey, what you on? It wasn't none of that, my nigga. That shit stopped, and I'm just telling the truth. That's not to start no beef. That ain't no...
Not to cut you, it seemed like, cause like on the outside watching in, like before I even got to know Jumper, they always had that camaraderie or whatever, but it seemed like you was probably the only person that wasn't really a part of it, because it seemed like they all still cool. But I like you and Gina. I seen you and Gina did a lot of views and shit together and shit. Y'all ain't got a relationship?
I haven't talked to Gina since the day she left.
Damn, that's saying a
I
lot.
seen her for the first time on the red carpet at the BET Awards, and first thing she said before she gave me a hug was hell no.
Really?
Even like, I don't know. I take things differently. I'm a grown ass man, dog. So like, I'm not a kid. I know how to read between the lines on certain things. People can say what the fuck they want to say, but I saw things the way that I saw them. You know what I mean? That day, bro. It wasn't to knock T-Rail. It wasn't to downplay him. I just said how I looked at things, bro. I'm not dumb. You know what I'm saying? I know when somebody's atting you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a dummy, and I still stand on that with nothing but love behind it. Gina, like I said, me and Gina did a lot of great things together. I guess, you know, great things have its dead ends.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because it's like Gina's had a little shit to say about me, whatever. But I never had,
love to her,
I never had anything bad to say about her. I never, had a negative opinion of her.
No.
From my perspective, it's like I gave her an opportunity for a couple of years. I gave her a good job that she was enjoying, where she could work within the culture and everything. Definitely opened doors for her to be able to do whatever she going to do from here, whatever she got going on with BET or whatever she got going on independently, whatever. It's like, I gave you an opportunity. And realistically,
Jumper's a catapult.
but I only even closed the door on that opportunity at a point where she was making it so unbelievably obvious that she had one foot out the door and that she wasn't really feeling it. She wasn't even trying to come into the office anymore. For me, it's like at that point, I'm already looking at the game like, damn, we need to be moving the ball down the court. We need to be like getting away, getting past all this stuff. So if you're not 100% on board, then I don't really feel like I got that much use for you in this building anymore. So when we let her go, I was kind of shocked that she even felt some type of way or unfollowed me or whatever. Like, what the fuck did I ever do to you to make you feel like you wanted to unfollow me or whatever? But even with like the AD shit and everything, I feel like as they get deeper into like running their own business and trying to run their own business, if they are going to even continue doing the Figmunity World thing, because I'm going to be real, I don't feel like there's a lot of attention being put into it at a certain point. They're learning all the lessons that I'm learning, which is basically like just how difficult it is to run a business, how difficult it is to keep your audience engaged and shit like that. And they now have this crazy ass dynamic where there's this other podcast that I shout out name. Yeah, well, okay, there you go.
Say it.
And basically, like, they're now playing the role of Figmunity within Figmunity. Like, they are the Figmunity to No Jumper, because now they're not really invested in pushing the same narratives as Figmunity. They're like a little renegade band of dudes who are now doing more views than a lot of people in the Figmunity universe by just being a little bit more raw and stuff. And the only reason why they're even there is because they got brought into this shit. Now motherfuckers is getting COVID, you know, Leather's out here infecting people left and right and shit. So shit is out of control as far as I can tell. But they're learning that lesson very quickly, is that if you have other people who are not getting paid, who are under your umbrella, and those people don't necessarily have the same objectives as you, then they're going to start
feeling like they have no alliance to you.
And
They have
making
no type of
making
loyalty.
conflict for content. And not to say that they're even necessarily doing that, because the whole COVID narrative and shit, they got done dirty, like whatever his name.
Yeah, I see.
That's not cool.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I feel like Heather and T-Rail should at least gave Keem a heads up with the COVID shit. That's kind of like.
And especially when they told me that he got like a sick mom and he got multiple kids and shit, I was like, how the fuck are you just joking around with the COVID thing? But now that shit's fucked up, because, and I don't even want to be like digging in their business, but I don't know if I ever seen the audience switch up on somebody as fast as they switched up on her. And I don't know how that shit gets better from here. Because that shit, they already were not really fucking with her as like an on-camera personality. And now they're looking at her like, oh, you're perpetuating viral warfare. You introducing germs into the system. You trying to kill some of the homies so that there will be more money to just go to T-Rail, and they can't donate to some of the other homies if they're dead because they got COVID.
One of my little homies' mom died from COVID, and I sat there and vouched to make sure he was straight forever. Like, he was 18 when it happened. My little nigga like 19, about to be 20 right now. Nigga, he know he got whatever from me because the streets is his parents and all that shit. And the only thing that's gonna happen to him is him being mad over that COVID situation. Like, it's a lot of people really out here are touched by COVID, and they don't be wanting to see them jokes.
Yeah.
Like, people lost family members, whether we didn't and we got through it and it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't that wasn't the case for everybody.
Bro, she tested positive on Wednesday, I believe, and then this dude.
Hey, I'm gonna speak up for her real quick.
This
She
dude-
said she got a family too, dog. So,
Okay,
I mean,
but this dude.
But that's not a good-
He
that's-
drove
that's not a
2
good
hours
answer.
from Anaheim to do that podcast, and then walks into the room and finds out that she has COVID, and he has to turn around and drive home in
that was
LA
kinda
traffic.
even-
I could not believe that. I thought I seen everything. I seen that. I was like, I'm like, why is this dude? I heard him talk shit about me before. I'm sitting there, my heart's going out to him, really feeling bad for him. You don't want to do that for the people
Even
that are
if-
like side characters in your little content universe, you know? Because the people at home are feeling even more sympathetic than I was.
Yeah, it was a bogus move. I seen the shit, and shout out to Heather, shout out to T-Rail, but it was crazy that she got mad at him for wanting to leave. It's like, nigga, you got COVID. Like, that's only right. Like, I feel like he wasn't in the wrong for leaving in that
Hell
scenario.
no.
at
Even
all.
if you got kids and you got COVID, you supposed to be somewhere on the other side of the house quarantining, or
Yeah.
go get up out their face. You ain't supposed to get everybody sick.
When I had COVID, we did the fucking episode remotely. I sat in my fucking back house and did that shit, and it sucked because it's obviously awkward with the delay between what I'm saying and what the people here are saying and shit like that. But that's the actual right way to handle it. Like, I can't imagine like going out of my way. And I did a bunch of interviews when I had COVID because I didn't know yet. And then when I finally tested positive, I fucking realized like, holy shit, I exposed a bunch of people in the
I like
office
it
to
though
that.
because it make it seem real. Like y'all having that conversation might have a little bit of a delay, like, but it's real. It's really happening. You
It's
know,
just awkward when you
It's
always
'cause
are
you're
a
used to
beat
doing
behind,
it like
you know?
this. You're used to doing it like this and nothing going wrong. So I understand your concerns. I hate, like, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I hate even talking about any of the shit from the past because all it does is come back and bite you in the ass any motherfucking way. Everybody gonna say, oh, you just can't shut up. You just can't stop talking about it. But it's like, damn, when there's always fucking chains of events, I mean, What do you do?
I feel like it's on brand. At the end of the day, niggas be talking about No Jumper. Like when niggas left No Jumper, let's keep them on it. Like niggas wanted to see this shit sink, and it ain't sink. So like now that, you know what I'm saying, everybody doing their shit, I feel like niggas can't get mad that we have opinions and shit on the shit they do. Cause like nigga, I always hear niggas talk about y'all niggas and shit on their side. So like, so when we say something, I don't see how niggas can get mad. Like I seen Academics and AD shit yesterday. Not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed. It was a little mid, cause I'm thinking they finna, you know, when he with Academics, I'm thinking they gonna get to the shit, but it's like, it was a lot of pussy fun around. They ain't really say shit. I'm thinking
But Ack was trying to get him to talk about it, and he wasn't really going for it.
yeah, AD wasn't biting the bait. He keeps saying that it's gonna turn like serious and shit, but I think it could just be content. I don't see it turning serious. Like,
I mean, if you look at how that shit actually played out, because I get annoyed when I see the comments that are like, oh, you guys just talk about them for views all the time or whatever. It's like anybody who was really paying attention saw that whole time that I was on the honeymoon and before that, for months and months and months, they were talking about me. They were making content about every little thing that happened on No Jumper, and I wasn't responding. I was trying to be the bigger man. And then finally, I go do the Bootleg Kev interview, not to resurrect this whole fucking corpse, but I go do the Bootleg Kev thing. He asked me about it. Jason Lee around the same time asked me about it, whatever. And I just gave my opinion. So they start tripping out, talking about some violent shit, some street shit. They bringing in dudes I never even seen before, with threatening to beat me up, all this kind of shit. And then I managed to, and this is why when Axe says, "Oh, Adam's up 3-1" or whatever, Adam took W's over you or whatever. The only reason he says that is just because I said, "All right, if you're gonna do something to me, do it. I'm not scared of you. I'm not worried. I actually don't think you're gonna do anything. Let's see what you got." And then that was when they all had the conversation, said, we're not talking about No Jumper anymore, and you barely heard them say a word since.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was able to basically get what I wanted out of the situation, which was for basically them to not have as much content because they weren't talking about us all the fucking time, all I had to do was clap back a little bit, make it clear that I wasn't scared, and then boom, everybody just goes silent, which... that is basically what I wanted in the first place, because I don't want to be sitting here having conversations about them. 90% of the content I do doing interviews and shit, I don't bring them up. But
I
it
don't
does
either.
it does deserve some introspection, because you are looking at a situation in which it wasn't really like, even when Rory and Mal left Joe Budden, that was different, because as much as it was obvious that Rory and Mal did not like Joe Budden and did not want to see Joe Budden succeed after they left, it wasn't like what happened here, because what happened here was more akin to like a political coup, where they tried to actually like unseat the leader of a company and basically start their own shadow government, and they really actually seemed like they were going to succeed for a period of time.
Ace Boy Pud.
I don't know. But if you go back and you watch the clip of him basically talking shit to Sharp in the very early days of that, you would have think that I had fucking murdered 50 of his family members or some shit, that the way they were talking about fuck No Jumper and basically acting like Sharp was a bitch for not running with them. Can you imagine how fucking secretly dumb Sharp would have felt right now if he had actually dipped out with them and was looking at his shit and was like, damn, so I dipped out on No Jumper, and Adam, who's this dude who always did right by me, for a bunch of dudes who didn't even have an opportunity to give me? Like, that would have looked crazy.
I never got one. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not the biggest. I'm not gonna ask nobody anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I did bring it up. I was like, well, shit, you know, niggas ain't offer me a seat nowhere. It was just expected to leave. I was just like, kind of looked at that. Well, why ain't you leave? Niggas ain't want to say nothing, but they looking at me like, nigga, you ain't leave. Like,
That's what I said when everybody's like, "Oh, you up there after that?" I'm like, "Hey, they left. Ain't nobody. There ain't no jobs for me over there. Like, I wasn't with them. Like, they're my homeboys. Like,
Yeah, they cool, but
they ain't never brought me up here for an interview. Them niggas ain't that as little as that. I've never had an AD with interview. I mean, an interview with AD, an interview with Trail. Like, we've never done to where I'm gonna leave with them. They're my boys. But it's like, where the fuck I'm gonna go? What y'all want me to be? Y'all want a neighborhood dude to be on some shit called Fig Munity? Nigga, I'm from Slauson Avenue, nigga.
But the
Oakville Drive to be exact, nigga.
The crazy shit about that, though, was that when AD left, he knew that he had to take as many people as he could if he was going to properly execute this political coup, you know? But then what happens as soon as they dip out? Within the first month or two, what? You see China Mac on here, you see Crip Mac on here, you see Wack 100 doing this show, you see Brick Baby fucking with us, Sharp still fucking with us, or Compton Rip Rock coming through, we're going to get to him. But like, you know, all these different people that like, from a street perspective or whatever, If it was a situation where I had really done something foul, it would make sense that none of those people would fuck with me and they would everybody be on the same page. It wasn't that. It wasn't even like when all them dudes left Vlad because Vlad had some opinions about Farrakhan or whatever. It was everybody looking at it and saying like, all right, so why wouldn't we fuck with Adam? What did he do to those guys? And nobody had a good answer. So we just kept having more and more people fuck with us. And now, to be honest, when you look at the views, and I think everybody's aware of this, we're doing just as good, if not better right now than we were doing 6 months ago or whatever it was.
It took some time, dog.
It did.
It was
true.
ugly in the beginning. Like, for people to know, like, yeah, that shit was ugly, but we weathered the storm, homie. We faced adversity and we came out on top. My nigga.
Motherfuckers
That's how I
didn't
look
want to
at it.
like us.
No.
Motherfuckers didn't want to like no jumper. Y'all came. Brick Baby better, man. What the fuck is we talking about? Sharp better, man.
Facts, homie.
Remo the glue, man.
Like, we
Adam
here,
the GOAT,
homie.
man.
Ever since
See
me
back
and
the
you,
crazy badass Creed.
ever since me and you came together, homie, we've been fucking on one, bro.
Come on, bro.
We've been running crazy, homie, straight up.
Yeah, come on.
And I
man.
had no problem. Like, I don't know, I feel you genuine, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go off of vibes. Like, I could tell when a motherfucker real and when a motherfucker faking being around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, like I said, I'm grown, dog. I'm about to be 36, 37 years old, my nigga. Like, I'd have been around the block a few times. I know when niggas fucking with you and when they
Come
not
on,
fucking
man.
with you, bro.
Come on, man.
Like,
you see,
it's
we been
blatant.
outside, man. We been popping out, man. You know what I'm saying? Catch us on the block there.
We
you.
got definitely going to be outside, especially with the store and shit. I'm kind of avoiding giving them all the details about that. But also, just because I was thinking about doing this. My girl told me not to do this, but I'm going to announce I'm doing a little giveaway right now. And it's a very specific item. You ready for it?
What is it?
When I was in Hawaii the other day, me and my girl go to the Gucci store. I told her I wanted to get some sunglasses. I bought 2 pairs of sunglasses. I tried them right on beforehand. When I go back, I have a giant head. It's the problem I got. Huge head.
Yeah.
I go back and I look at the sunglasses. Once I had already purchased them, they fit fine in the spot.
But then it
one
looked like
of
a
the
small
pairs
condom on you.
is too small for my giant fucking head. These ones fit fine.
Clean.
These ones fit good. But I got another pair that I don't actually have here. Those ones, a little bit too tight for my head. I swear for any normal person, they would fit great. They're basically just like plain black Gucci ones or whatever. I would like to announce that I'm going to be giving away the other pair to a person who leaves a comment and likes this video. Obviously, I can't tell if you actually liked it, but drop a comment and just sign the comment. Have the very last thing in the comment be your @ on Instagram. After a few days, we will DM you and we will we'll let you know that you're the winner. So that's just what I wanted to do. Is like
dope.
fucking $500 sunglasses I'm gonna give out to some fan out there, and they might be thinking, well, shit, Adam, I would rather just have $500, but it's up to you. You can put them on Farfetched or whatever the fuck that shit is. But so there you go. There's
Put
me
the
giving
receipt
something
in the bag
back.
for 'em. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, so they won't think it's
Yeah,
fake.
go
That's a
take it
good
back.
point.
No, I'm just saying, go take it back. Go get the 500 if you ever.
You know what's so cold?
I was thinking about it, but I'm gonna give it to the people. So drop some comments, people.
And you know what's so
No, I was
cold,
talking,
bro?
I
It'll
was
be the
talking about
person.
the fan taking it.
Oh yeah, well they could do that
It'll be
too.
the
I should do that. You're right.
It'll be the person that talks shit the most that ends up keeping them. The one that'll
Hmm.
end up leaving a comment, a dope one, or whatever the case may be, get the glasses and keep them and get right back to talking shit tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god, that
I
would be
know how
funny.
it moves, bro. I know how this game works now. It's
Well-
simple math.
I like that
put
we have
Gucci on the hater.
two different types of purple sodas going on at the table. We got the White Claws and we got,
the,
something else.
Oh,
you put it in there?
Yeah,
So,
this is
okay, from my perspective,
the Brick Baby Crib Cup.
this shit
The ice colder longer.
started to get out of control because Brick Baby popped in on the podcast. And now we already knew the Sharp had issues with Ack. They've been going back and forth for many months now.
Feud.
Brick Baby shows up on the news. I watched the news the other day, and I see you walk in, and as you're getting settled in, everything, they're having the conversation about some of these accusations that his girl, who, did AD say this too? That you got to switch up the girl situation?
Yeah, 80 brought it up. He basically said that she ain't worth all this controversy that she keep causing, bro.
I mean, I'll say,
I think he on the song with that one.
I haven't seen everything that she has put out on the internet or whatever, but at least some of it that I've seen, I was just like, bro, Ack, what the fuck is going on? This is not good. This girl seems like a fucking lunatic. But either way, she put out some accusations about him. I think like the two that stood out to me the most were that she said that he was fucking with a trans person. but she didn't have any kind of like evidence or whatever. She just posted the DM,
got
right?
the DM.
Which, hey, I've been there before. I messaged a trans person and then had to fucking be like, God damn it, delete the DM or whatever afterwards because that's not something I'm trying to actually do. I've been there before. There was some other shit too, but I felt like you kind of like let me in on your mentality because I felt like you sat down in the chair and you almost like were too presumptuous of the idea that Ack was actually guilty of this trans accusation.
Because I could see Ack doing that.
What about his public personality, though?
I could go for that. It's just like, all the screaming in the room. It got like whole tendencies, right? Academics, he got whole tendencies to me. I'm a street nigga, so when I see certain little feminine shit in a nigga, I just whatever. But I'm not saying, I knew he was. I just said it didn't surprise me. Like, it didn't surprise me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was like, yeah, I can see that. Whoa. And then they showed the DM. But then I'm like, your girl, mind you, your girl was just going crazy on the live at something, and you could tell he was uncomfortable. He didn't make her in the live. Like, that.
And that made me wonder, too. And I've seen a lot of comments that were like, what does she have on Ack? Because, listen, if you're talking through a fucking Dave Chappelle comedy show, I mean, I don't understand. Like, that's just not going to fly with almost any dude I can think of. Like, why would they tolerate that? And Ack seems like a dude who, for the most part in his relationships, he wants to be in control and he wants to be kind of governing the flow of the relationship. So to me, as soon as I saw her talking all through the Dave Chappelle performance, and I told him this, I was like, that shit is crazy. And he seemed like he agreed, but then she's still around, which I don't know.
So you might got a cat in the hat, right? So now you pop out, boom. She's posting the DMs and saying, I'm going to give you more of the information on Sunday. Tap in.
Right.
So now I'm like, I'm not going with the, no. I didn't know he told this story before also. So
he did.
Didn't he tell the story? He said that he messaged a transgender, didn't know it was a transgender.
I didn't hear the story before, but this was
Flacco said that. I didn't know that. So I didn't know that coming into it. So I also said on Sunday if she ain't got the receipts because nigga Jose is no say, nigga. I apologize for what I'm saying. But the rape shit, you got to come with the paperwork or whatever the case is if that's true.
See, that was the weird one because that was such a more specific accusation, and she included so many details, and she said
the mom got handcuffed.
She said your mom got handcuffed and the police kicked the door in. And I was just like, all right, so I'm not going to take him not responding to that as a smoking gun because the truth is that anytime somebody like makes an accusation about you, as soon as you acknowledge it and even if you just said that never happened, boom, you're like acknowledging that and like kind of giving it a new level of weightiness that you don't necessarily want to do if you're a public figure. But I mean, if anything, that seemed like the much, much more serious accusation.
Dog, rape. You got to speak up on that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of other stuff. You're right. Like, once you entertain it, the cat's out the bag. Whether it's true or not doesn't really matter. People are going to run with that narrative. But this ain't a narrative I would allow to run, bro. Like, I'd have to say something. It's that high at that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, rape, my nigga, like, hold on. That could fuck up everything for you, homie. And to be real with you, even though I think he a little baby back bitch, I don't want to see the nigga fucked up and not eating. Because I said, as another black man, bro, I don't wish that on niggas. You know what I'm saying?
then,
I don't care who it is.
Also in the archive though, Adam, on Rolling 60s, you insulted you insulted a Rolling 60. Let me not do it like that. You insulted one of my homeboys and said you wanted to fight him, and you know that nigga only weigh about $140. You know what I'm saying? Talk about Lil Baby, man. That's my little homie, man. You get what I'm saying? Nigga, it don't matter. Yeah, so, but it still sticks. Like, oh, nigga, you a box. And I replied to him, like, you act, I replied there, like, since you want to boxing nigga inside, nigga, I beat your ass. That's my little homie. So, nigga, I'm a squabbly. You get what I'm saying? Straight up. So it's like you always be going against the culture, but then saying you for the culture. Which one is it? Like, because you always be like, and then you do like little funny shit. You think that 4L and 4PF is beefing, so you have Lil Nudie and Baby Drill on while you beefing with Lil Baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Shout out Nudie, you my brother.
I didn't even think of that.
I don't think him and Savage been having a relationship.
And he would have done that interview regardless, right? Like, I would do that fucking interview right now.
I ain't gonna put that one on him.
I understand that, but Why you didn't do it earlier?
I mean, Baby
Why
Drill just
you?
getting
No,
Baby
hot.
I'm
Drill
talking
buzzing
about
right
Nudie
now.
though.
I think Nudie
probably
just
would've.
put out a project, didn't it?
Well, Ack was probably feeling that
I'm
right
talking
after he
about
did the
Ack and
interview
Nudie.
too. It's like, why the fuck did I do
why
this? They didn't say
Baby
anything.
Drill, the one that's supposed to be. You get what I'm saying?
everybody
Baby
talking about
Drill
Baby
just
Drill,
got
though.
crap. Baby Drill to get a academic in it's early. He's hard.
Yeah.
He's hard, but that's
Yeah.
early. He ain't what nigga you seen up there that early. That's some no jumper shit.
It just feels kind of wild because I'm so used to Ack responding to everything.
Yeah.
So when anything comes up that he doesn't respond to or doesn't like immediately, like I'm not the most dedicated chat, but it feels like the chat dudes feel that they expect him to basically be treating them like they're the board of the business and stuff. So like I have questions too. I don't know if he acknowledged it, but like I noticed he's putting all the podcasts right on YouTube now. So I'm wondering what happened with Spotify because I know Spotify let go of a shitload of podcasters. So it wouldn't even necessarily be like a L from his perspective because I'm pretty sure they're cleaning out like 80% of the fucking Spotify originals and shit. But it's also kind of strange. It's like,
Did they clear you out?
no, because I was never on it. I was just like, we post our shit on Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, but you're not on
We're
it.
not
It's
like
not an exclusive deal.
Yeah.
You know,
I was saying the same thing with Act
yeah.
too though, because like recently I seen he had the 1090 Jake interview on there,
Yeah.
and like another interview,
And the
usually
Vlad one he just put on there.
it's all usually just exclusive to Spotify, but now he on YouTube with it.
But
Yeah.
what I heard is that Spotify's telling everybody you can still post the shit on Spotify and we will give you a percentage of the ads that you do on the podcast and everything. But that's like basically more like a regular ass deal that anybody would get on a podcast. But I'm just surprised that he's not like having that conversation publicly with the audience because even if it is an L, like I don't know, like even with the live show with him like switching venues and it not being that many tickets sold or whatever, I don't know. Doesn't it kind of feel like maybe there's like not as much transparency as you're kind of used to?
The shit wasn't popping, bro.
I mean, listen, we did a New York show and I think it was like 600 people or some shit. So I'm just like very confused about why his show in Jersey right over the bridge, that just seems like, I don't know. And also, didn't he like immediately sell out the Charleston White joint? Did he say
Yeah,
that
when
at
him
a
and
certain
Charleston
point?
White was together, like before China Mac and them got into it, I think it was sold out. Like that, all the tickets was gone.
Hey, they bombed for him.
That's why I was actually surprised to see that the first venue didn't sell out. I mean, he said it was because of
The security.
a security reasons.
Go ahead.
He said it was because of security reasons, and then he switched the venue and shit.
Yeah, but that ain't a cancellation.
That's what I was thinking.
That ain't a cancellation because everybody still expected this party day that took off. It's the same day, and it's a change of venue. That's like this place not letting us have a party. It's over here. Still
I think the first venue they had was bigger than the second venue that
Bro,
was a smaller
let's
venue.
look at the facts here, right? What does Academics fan base consist of? Anywhere from 16 to 20-year-olds. It don't really go past that. You know what I'm saying? Half them kids can't even be outside past 12. So, nigga, I can already see the show kind of not doing as well as he probably expected. Us, we got people all the way. Now, man, niggas' mamas are coming and say, man, my mama
Nigga, the
watch you all
old
the time,
niggas.
man.
What?
Like everybody.
Grandma
like,
Betty.
Everybody watch this show. Bro,
all
I'm
of
telling you, it's
them.
crazy.
You want to know
Right.
what? My assumption is that when it comes like, I don't think people are really trying to buy tickets to go see like a one-person show. Now, obviously, it didn't end up being a one-person show. You had all these other people on stage or whatever. But when you're like one person on the bill, I feel like there's a very small number of people that could actually like get a full packed 500,000 people to come out and do that. Whereas
I'm
like
going to see Drewski.
the No Jumper live shows that we've done, it's like people feel like they're getting a lot of value when you're going to
bang
see
for their buck.
3, 4, 5,
got a
10
real bang
different
for the
hosts,
buck.
you know, at the same time. Whereas like, and even when if the Charleston White thing sold out as fast as we were under that impression, that kind of makes sense to me too, because that's two people. I guess they've done podcasts together or whatever, but like that's like a different combination. Like for me, if we're gonna do more live shows, I kind of want to base it around guests. Like I want to be like, all right, we got this person who's down to do an interview. Fuck it, let's not do an interview in the studio. Let's do an interview where we actually like sell a fucking venue or whatever. And I feel like that could potentially be a lot more alluring to people, but I don't know. I was just kind of surprised by it because he was like, I read so many
live
comments
interview.
acting like that show was like a L. And then I didn't see any reaction from him responding to anything and that. Like he seemed like super pleased with it, which I was also surprised about that. That's one thing I want to ask him when he comes to LA is like really go through the whole anatomy of doing the live show thing. Because
Do
I
your
don't know.
homework on how he got that call, and when he picked it up, they said, "Don't be late," and hung up. And that's what changed this whole thing.
Yeah, because you know this.
So what, you had someone give him a call because he said he got a call and that's why he wanted to stop talking about you.
Now you
I'm
pointing
over whooping?
fingers.
No.
You over whooping. Now you over whooping. I'm saying when the phone call went through, they picked up and said, "Don't see late." You know that's a famous slogan from somebody, man.
Oh man.
On Hood. What?
Nah, don't be late.
I don't know whose
Don't be late.
slogan that is.
Don't be late.
You think you had somebody intimidate him over the phone?
That's the brick baby line. So somebody called
Adam.
You were gonna fly out to
No.
Jersey?
They just said,
was
"Don't be
definitely
late."
on
Why
Jersey.
would you say intimidate? Why are you trying to?
I'm just trying to figure out what you're trying to put out there into the universe right now, my friend.
You got some
I don't
bail
wanna
money
look,
aside.
you know
You got
what?
some bail money aside for
feel-
me?
Sure, yeah. No, not to go do a drill on academics. No.
No, what I'm saying is, you try to say that I made the intimidation call, man.
I'm just trying to figure out why he decided to stop talking about y'all
They
because
told him
I
don't
thought
be late.
if he was going to stop talking about anybody, it was probably going to be Top Dog because he ain't really like an internet dude. Like people don't even really know what he looks like and shit. Like when Ak was talking about him, that's when I had multiple people in just casual conversation be like, "Oh, he's fucking up. Like that's a bad idea. You don't want to talk about Top Dog like that," which I don't fucking know. But that, like, people were talking about that situation to me, like he might not be making a wise decision by going in on Top Dog.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to really have
he
no
was-
problem with no nigga that don't really want to have no problem. He don't really want to have no problems, dog. He don't, my
the
nigga.
phone
And it's
call
all talk.
switched it up, man. You know what I'm
That nigga
saying?
don't want shit.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man,
So who placed the phone call? What phone call was this?
we're not gonna say no names. You know what I mean? Just don't be late, man. You know what I mean?
Oh man, so you applying pressure in Jersey?
Nah,
type
but
shit?
I heard him talking about the phone call, and he was basically making it out like it was like an industry dude telling him like you shouldn't be giving
The higher ups love me.
energy to people like who maybe are not on your level.
I think Ak is smart. I think Brick and Sharp highlighting some shit he don't want to talk about. So it's like it's best just to leave that shit alone type shit.
You mentioned him coming to L.A. Sharp, how you feel about that?
He can't do it around me. I don't fuck with him, nigga. Till that nigga either pay me my $100,000 or say something that's of some type of substance where like, yeah, nigga, I was probably acting like a hoe a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, Sharp, man to man. I don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga slandered too much. He ran his mouth too much, bro. Some shit you can't get away from, my nigga. Like he done went past it like you know niggas. Listen, homie, all respect to your podcast and everything that you do, bro. And I hope you keep thriving. But you try to get a little too personal, like you want a nigga slap the shit out you.
And you
So-
said you was gonna choke me.
Yeah, like nigga, you really want a nigga slap? Because I'm gonna slap the shit out you, bro. Until you
I was
apologize, you
thinking
better
that-
say something, homie.
I was thinking that shit, I could just come with my security and he have his
Stepping
security.
on who,
'Cause
nigga?
I was
Who you stepping on,
Yeah,
nigga?
like you acting like it's something. So I was just gonna come with all my security guards. You come with your security guards. I doubt your security guards. I don't give a fuck what type of trader.
What
They don't
nigga
wanna
tries
see
to
my-
kill beef
my
through the
security.
nigga through the grapevine, nigga, of phone calls and other niggas.
Yeah.
Like, nah, nigga,
Yeah, you-
pick up the phone call, nigga, do your own work.
But did he
nigga.
call you or not? He just talked about it on stream or whatever.
Yeah, he just
right?
always talks about it on stream. Or if he wants to dead something, he'll try to send it through little punk ass Boom or somebody, and like he'll try to squash it and all the extra shit. Nigga, you know I was calling in that stream last night.
You were.
Hell yeah, I was.
you
You didn't
calling?
get through?
Who you calling?
No, I
called
didn't get
AD?
through. I didn't get through.
Who'd you call? Lil
Don't
Boom?
say no names.
Yeah, I ain't saying no names. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But I was calling,
And
and
the
nigga,
numbers that was supposed
out
to
to
one
Boom.
nigga was responding to me saying like, "Nah, because I know what you about to do," and we ain't on that.
Interesting.
Yeah, Boom.
Interesting. Boom.
Nigga.
You don't have Lil Boom's phone number. Shut up.
Nigga.
Nah, he definitely
Yeah, I
do
got
it. We was
Boom.
on
I
the
got
phone
Boom
one time,
line.
like late as fuck.
I got
tried to
Boom.
squash the shit with him.
I got
We
that
almost
nigga number.
squashed it, but then I don't know. Him and Ak get right back on the same shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, Ak said some shit like a few weeks ago. About the Masika interview. Which I didn't really give a fuck. But it's like, bro, you talk about like little bullshit, my nigga, but you be really going through going through hell, bro. Like, there's red all in your ledger, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Come on, my nigga. You got a whole bunch of spider webs in your closet, dog, trying to play perfect like you some good Samaritan. Oh, I could have made $83,000 a year looking ass nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Like, step up to the plate, my nigga, and handle your candle, bro. Pause. Step up and take care of your business. Do your own work, nigga. Not trying to send another nigga to do the shit for you. Nigga, jump on the line, nigga, and get about your business.
Yeah, because
Straight up, nigga.
Hood, that message is nigga still nigga acting
outta
like
here.
a nigga beneath the conversation, nigga.
Yeah,
nigga,
bro.
Nigga, you said
You
what
still
you said.
showing it, nigga, to me.
You went crazy.
Nigga.
I said some shit and told you if it ain't true, nigga, I apologize. So I
I'm
know
not.
if you watched it. No. But you said you not. But did I say that
Yeah, you
day?
did. You said
I'm like,
that
nigga,
day.
if it ain't true, I'ma apologize to you because you is a part of the culture. You get what I'm saying? But me, I don't see how you against the culture. But you a part of the culture, like that
is.
type of shit. Don't that's a Charleston White
And
ass
I can't
shit.
sit there and shake a nigga hand. That nigga 7 months ago, shit, he been doing it since I've known and can remember. Nigga been trying to say his step on all of us. I can never go break bread across the table with a nigga like that, bro. And he don't acknowledge that some of the shit he done said was fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How could I ever go and sit there and break bread and I know how you really fucking feel about me like I'm beneath you, nigga?
Yeah.
I could never look at you in your eyes. I'm gonna want to sock you.
Then
in your
you
shit.
downplay a nigga role at no jumper, right? All right, cool. You downplay a nigga role at no jumper and then tell me that my master gonna tell me what I can and can't do. Now,
Nigga,
now,
he
nigga.
done said that about all of us.
Now you better pray.
Everybody.
Now you better pray that you accept the fact that I'm in the building. Because if I'm not in the building, nigga, on 6-0 Crip, nigga, we still gotta figure it out. That wasn't no apology.
Facts.
We still gotta figure it out.
some
We
things,
gotta
homie.
figure it out. Cause I'm saying I ain't never been choked before in my life, nigga. On the dead homies, nigga.
It was weird that he chose choke as the threat there. He said he was going to have somebody from 60s choke you.
And he said he got 300,000 on Brick Baby to get choked
Nah,
out.
he
That's an
said
expensive
he'd
choke.
do something to a nigga. Yeah. On 6-0, nigga,
I'm
send the
starting to
payment
think
in.
he got no bread, nigga, because he talking all this high power
nigga,
shit,
send
but
it
I don't
out.
see a buck.
Come send that money out, nigga. Come out here and send the money out, nigga, to the homies.
But a bullshit ass box you got sitting there, you had a little present sitting there looking like the bitch who stole Christmas,
Man,
nigga.
what that little
Fuck
ass, that little ass
nigga.
chain he had
Fuck
on
wrong
last
with
night.
this
That's- I'm
nigga,
like, you
homie?
supposed to have way more money than me, nigga.
Nigga,
on
way
6-0.
more.
You got a 10-carat bust down chain, my nigga. Like, come on, cuz we already know, nigga, out the factory, nigga. That little one, nigga, the 13 millimeter, like, cuz come on, out the factory, that motherfucker, like, nigga, what? 13,000.
I feel like, homie,
nigga in gold. This
should've
motherfucker
embraced
like
this.
12,000.
But see, in his
Like,
world,
come on,
nigga,
cuz,
when you
with
come
no
into
diamonds on
when
it.
you
Like,
come
come
into
on,
the
bro.
content world, homie, you come into his shit, right? He feels like you're supposed to bow down to him. Then he'll be cool with you. If you don't bow down with him, that's when he say he gonna shit on you, nigga, and all the extra shit. Like, you can't shit on shit with me, homie. Fuck you, nigga, and your little content. Now what?
This how I feel about it, cause niggas be, cause I fuck with Act, you know what I'm saying? And he do be trying to downplay niggas that work in no jumper and shit, but
Been doing
this,
it.
this how I feel though.
Niggas that work,
until
niggas
he
that
put
have worked.
And
at no
I fuck
jumper.
with you too though, but until you put a nigga on the academy that's making more money than what we making, then you really can't just be talking shit about what niggas making at no jumper. Cause a lot
you
of
not
niggas
paying your people.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I gotta
You
say
not
about
paying
that.
your people.
Until you put a nigga in position to put somebody on, and then we see what you paying them niggas, and that you really can't be talking about what niggas getting paid and shit like that.
But
Niggas, when it
I want
comes
to
us.
say something about the Academy because this is my thoughts on that because I seen them filming an episode like after the live show. I think it was like super late at night. They're filming an episode with like a bunch of the dudes who I believe are like in the Discord or
Yeah,
on
they definitely filmed the episode.
on the Twitch calls and stuff. And AD was on it as well, but Ack wasn't on camera for it, which to me. That's a weird decision because obviously, like the goal in the long run, if you're a content creator like me, who or him, who's trying to like have like a whole network of people under you or whatever who are kind of all working with you, the idea that they could just go do content and you'd be able to be at home taking a bubble bath or whatever, that's super attractive. But from my perspective, it's like we have tried to break a lot of different people on camera over here. And by far, the number one most important thing from my perspective is that the audience has to understand every cast member through the lens of me. Like they just are not going to be able to like really show up and watch Brick Baby if they don't already like understand the connection between me and Brick Baby. You know, like in terms of the no jumper audience, they have
Makes
to
sense what you're saying.
They have to see
Same
me and
for me.
Sharp
I
sit
get what you're
together
saying.
and like even just us doing an interview and that being the entry point into you doing stuff on the channel. That was pretty light because we didn't do like a shitload of content in the
right.
lead up, which kind of says a lot. But I mean, even somebody like Long Beach Griffey, we tried to bring him onto the channel. And we didn't really like, I think if we had gone back and I could redo that, I would have had him be like a co-host on the No Jumper show for months and months, and then maybe like introduce his friends and be like, all right, now he's got his own thing or whatever. But I think if Axe starts doing consistent podcasts with these other dudes in the room, that makes sense to me. And I think that could work in terms of the Academy thing. But if he thinks that he's just going to start this shit and just be like, all right, y'all go and do content, talk about whatever the fuck you want, I don't really have a lot of confidence that that's going to work. Or even like Vlad, when Vlad had, he's kind of like fell back on the podcast and stuff, but like he had Rico Reckless and what was the motherfucker's name?
Oh, Ewall.
Ewall, right. I was about to call him AWOL, and then I'm like, no, that's like a military term. Yeah. But like, even with them, Vlad, it was sitting in the fucking room talking about each topic that they were going to talk about on the show and helping them to go through it. So maybe he wasn't on camera for every single piece of content, but that's kind of like how Vlad is in general. But yeah, I mean, because with the Academy thing, it does seem like that's going to be his attempt at creating like a No Jumper style cast of characters on his platform or whatever. But if he's not going to be on camera with them a lot, I feel like that's kind of unlikely to really work in the long run.
Yeah, I feel like all right, so shout out to Fax and Boom. I think he signed Fax and Boom to the Academy. And I think the niggas that, because those people been in the stream for a minute, so I feel like they got a rapport with him. So I'm interested to see, Selena shit. I think that shit flop because I could have sworn that she was gonna be.
And that was another one because he wasn't on camera with her. Like when Selena was going viral on No Jumper. Now, granted, that was a couple of years ago when her star was still shining a little bit higher, and like it was like people were more excited to see her on camera. But it was like me sitting there with her. And I don't know if I would have just said like, all right, Selena, here you go, have your own show or whatever. I don't think that shit would have worked. And when he had her, it was just her and her homegirl.
Selena was
I don't think that worked.
Us. But
if it was Ack and Selena sitting there, that shit would have gone viral because they need to see Selena in the context of academics in order for them to kind of like understand who the fuck she is, Now, I understand why he wouldn't want to do that because they had shit going on in the past or whatever, and that might have been kind of complicated. And he probably also feels like he's maybe not doing the best thing for his brand if he's sitting there with her on a consistent basis since she is so fucking messy. But yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking about that Academy thing, and I keep thinking about how hard it has been to break personalities on this platform, and how many people you could have your own thing going on, and then have people not give a fuck when you sit on No Jumper, or you could have people who do really well on No Jumper, and then they go try to do their own thing on their own platform, and it doesn't do shit. Like I've seen both dynamics unfold, and you don't really know what you're gonna get until you're actually like fully in it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he's gonna do with that shit long term because I feel like he probably gonna have to sign somebody that's already got some motion and shit going on.
Like, is it messy also? It's just two different forms of messy.
I mean, he's messy, but in like a different way. Because that is part of it. Is like a lot of the people that people care about on The Jumper, they didn't really care about him until they saw them in some messy shit. Like once they see Lush and Flacco having like crazy tension between each other on camera, that makes them so much more interesting to the audience because of the fact that like now they're kind of figuring out like the totem pole and like
Flush one.
A lot of times people will click on the news and they'll see like a new person and they've never seen me on camera with them. They've never seen Breaker Sharp or wherever on camera. They haven't seen these people with the established personalities. So it's like the audience like revolts against it, and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Like it's almost impossible for them to understand why they would care about this guy unless they can kind of understand that guy through the relationship that he has with me or Sharp or somebody who's like more developed on the platform. So I don't know. I mean, that shit is going to be super fascinating to see. Because he's been talking about it for years. And I've been trying to do it for years, and I know how fucking difficult it is. So that's just gonna be wild.
The reason there's a lot of eyes on him because he's been mad critical of you and everybody else doing that shit. So it's like, Act, you got to come with it now, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I feel like he'll try to figure it out.
He got to pay AD $200,000 a year or some shit. That's what he was saying while he was at No Jumper.
Boom, facts.
That's that liquor talking.
Do the economics of that. I don't think it's happening. Like it's going to take a lot of views and a lot of content for you to be like, oh, I'm going to give this guy $200,000 a year.
And that was the starting point too. He was offering niggas.
You want to know what's
by all means.
What's more fascinating to see? I'm starting the OnlyFans and I'm gonna be in the next orgy.
Shut the fuck up! You decided to tell me this on camera?
Yeah.
I don't believe it. You got a whole wife.
We ain't doing
She-
that. Church,
she's
we'll go
down
hit
with
the-
it.
We'll
She's
go get her
down with
down and around first, man. We ain't got to
said
do
it's
all
over.
that.
Before we get into that,
You know I'm
Let him
trolling.
church.
no, you're not. Now you have to do it. You have to do it.
He cleaned it up, man.
Oh man, you know what? Actually, just to pivot from this slightly, we could talk more about all this other bullshit. But the last time that we did a Plug Talk orgy on the live stream thing, which I've discussed at length, if you want to know what this is, search Plug Talk, go to the live tab on our YouTube channel, and you can check it out. It's basically a dual live stream with YouTube and OnlyFans, and we did a thing. We basically did a call on Twitter saying we're looking for an amateur couple to come on and do your thing, basically fuck in the other room while me and a bunch of professional porn stars were observing and watching, right? Motherfucker couldn't get hard on the live stream. First time I ever seen this happen, and it was fucking crazy witnessing it because multiple other porn stars went in there and were trying to help homie out to keep his shit moving.
Wow.
It
so
was
he had like
wild.
another guy like holding the bass while he was
He's on
putting it
live
in.
stream and he can't get hard, and he's with his girl and she's going crazy, sucking his dick, trying to do whatever she can to get this shit hard. He did get hard for a little bit because then like that's the crazy part too, is that then two of the porn star girls come in, they start sucking his dick too, and then he starts getting hard. So think about that. That's kind of offensive to your main bitch, right? And you got a whole room full of like male porn stars and female porn stars all watching
His
and
heart
basically
probably- it was
describing what is happening. And like I don't know if they were fanned out or whatever. They weren't acting super fanned out, but a lot of the porn stars that were in the room are like big names and shit. He's probably like been watching them at home and stuff. And I knew that there was a
probably
pretty
was
good
nervous.
chance that pressure was gonna build up and be kind of difficult to deal with. That was wild. We're doing it again next Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing it again next
That's because
Wednesday.
he didn't pop
This
on it
motherfucker
either.
right here is
He didn't eat
ruthless,
no
Donnie.
mango.
I did. I tried to throw homie a mango. He didn't want to take
He
it.
tried to throw him a mango. He didn't want to take it. You needed one.
Yeah, so I went viral for the first time
Woo! What was that for?
with the 1090 Jake shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of
on the
shit's been
Instagram
going on.
Live.
So
Okay.
What's y'all thoughts about because I don't think you talked about it yet. So for the people who ain't seen what's going on and shit, because I've
Yeah.
been posting a lot of shit on No Jumper and shit, and a lot of people send me shit. And niggas sent me the paperwork on 1090, you know, the grievance, the paperwork, whatever everybody want to call it. So I was the
yeah,
first
you was
person to
the
actually,
originator.
yeah,
Oh,
I popped it off.
yeah.
So niggas be
yeah.
saying, niggas can't say Reed be
Yeah.
biased because they be
Yeah.
seeing me and
Yeah,
1090
fuck it.
we
Yeah,
talk all the
yeah,
time. So
yeah,
but
yeah.
when I
Didn't
got
Axe
his
say you
shit-
were bootlegging 1090 Jake? Bootlicking?
Yeah, I don't know what they be saying, all type of shit. But
Tap
me and
dancing
1090,
for him or
yeah,
something?
nah. They 1090 send me a
That's
lot
your
of shit.
boy.
That's
You
my
rock
boy.
out with him.
But
Nigga,
to keep
that's our
on
people.
it,
He
When
keeps
I
him a
get-
cold white
That's
boy.
my people too.
but when the paperwork came, I was the first to post it, so nobody could really just say, you know what I'm saying, Reed
Yeah.
being biased. But
That's you
with
covering
that being
up.
said,
Yeah, agent.
what y'all thoughts about the grievance that he wrote? Like,
I mean, okay, give me your perspective from being locked up for a long ass time. Is it appropriate to file a grievance about another prisoner? And I don't want to be mischaracterizing, so let me know if I'm describing it wrong. But basically, he got into a situation with another prisoner, right? And he like filled out a form while he was locked up saying this person did this to me.
No.
Is that accurate?
No, this is what happened. Okay.
Can I get a parliament?
So what happened is 1090 they outside, they in the day room wherever they at, or he was on the bunk or whatever the case is. A nigga come in and hit him with a lock of the sock, boom. He get back off. I don't know if he hit him with a brick or rock, whatever he say, he hit him back. So when the paperwork was written up and he went to confinement, when he goes to the hole, the paperwork was written up against 1090 Jake. If he was in court, the lawyer would have been writing this. The paperwork was written up against 1090 Jake. I wouldn't have said people's names. Let me just go into it. The paperwork was written up against 1090 Jake, saying that he was the assaulter, that he was in there.
He started it.
He started it.
Right.
He really did was self-defense. And that's why I said it's a wobbler every time a self-defense case is presented, because you have to tell your side of the story. So if they're telling you that you're the one that hit this dude that did all of this, no, I was defending myself because this dude came inside the cell with a lock and a sock. You giving me an assault case that I could actually go to court for and get more time. So if he was on the streets and caught this case, the lawyer would have been presenting this paperwork like, my client is the victim in this case, and these dudes assaulted him, and he reacted violent also, which is not appropriate, but that was the only way he could defend himself at that time. So basically, he was writing like, they came in the shit and hit me with it. Me, I would have been like, hey, I don't know. I would have just been like, that's when the two inmates came after me. I'm not putting their whole names and all that shit in that motherfucker. But either way it go, it's you, because you're going up against the board. And that's like going against the judge. So he's writing his grievance to the board to explain his situation. I wouldn't have put no names in my grievance. I would have been like, I don't know, inmate hit me with a lock of the side.
I ain't even see it,
I didn't
yeah.
see the inmate. I don't know him. They just got to fight with him, whatever the case was, but I definitely wasn't the one that threw the first blow. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You get what I'm saying? So, but either way it go, like, niggas in jail be filling out grievance forms when they're going up against the board, like inside the hole, when you're going to go get your time from them. So you're trying to get less time. So if you had a lawyer, he'll be trying to get you less time. You get what I'm saying? You're going up against the jail judicial system. So, you know what I mean?
So you saying basically a grievance really ain't snitching?
Certain grievances that's dropping the kite on the nigga, because you could drop
Yeah.
the kite like, hey, Wooty Whoop just whooped my ass last night and he got a knife in the cell. Da-da-da-da-da. That's snitching on the grievance, and then they turned it in. And you get what I'm saying? They turned it in. The cops never filed it. You know what I'm saying? That's called dropping the kite on the nigga.
To me, it comes off thirsty. Like, people are combing through his fucking jail records, trying to find anything they can to just say that 1090's fucked up. I mean,
Shit,
I don't
snitching
know.
on the yard
Yeah,
count
though.
too, though.
You know?
It's a wobbler, though. It's a wobbler. That's just like
we don't
Troy
say that
Ave.
enough anymore. What happened to Wobbler?
I think it left with the other people.
They be saying it?
I
I
think
feel like they stopped saying it.
They might have.
All right, well, it's a Wobbler.
That's
All right.
crazy. I didn't even know that they said it.
We gotta keep Wobbler alive.
When it comes to like a borderline snitch case, I called it a wobbler. Like, cause it's like, did he snitch? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Gunna's a wobbler.
Did 1090 like accept that he thought that what he did was in any way wrong, or was he just 100% defending it? I only seen a little chunk of it.
He said that people write grievances all the time, so he's saying it ain't snitching and shit. But he says he do regret writing that grievance because he said nothing actually came from it. He still actually did his 120 days in confinement, so it was a pointless grievance. But
Interesting.
yeah, like it's mixed feelings because everybody been hitting me up since I think I cracked it off and shit. Some people saying he shouldn't have name dropped in the grievance and shit. But
That's
then
what it
Lil
is.
Reese texted me and like right after we got off live, and he said that people write grievances all the time. Just depends on what you say in the grievance.
Right.
And then Tay Savage called me. He said that his thoughts on it was he said that it's really technically not snitching because people write grievances all the time. But since it's 1090 Jake, he need to be squeaky clean because he the nigga that's always exposing people and shit.
Exactly.
Well, this was like a million years ago, way before he was known for anything.
But that, he exposed people for the same shit.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, it's only fair. So
Yeah.
basically, it's just, people just going to be on 1090 ass because like, if anybody that's exposing shit, you should be squeaky clean
Right.
when it comes to this type of shit.
Yeah, so that shit was bound to happen. He know that shit coming. It come with the territory that he play in.
And to
said
be
he
fair,
did a
he
video.
did a
He
video
said he
on
did
it
a video
like
on that.
3-4 years ago. So
He did,
did
talking
a
about this
video.
exact
talking
thing?
about this
talking
shit.
about it.
So it wasn't like he was
Yeah.
hiding from the situation. Or
Yeah,
nothing.
like he the probably the most snitching and shit I've ever did. Like the closest shit to snitching.
Was filling
He
out a
felt
grievance?
like, yeah, that's like nigga,
You did it too?
No, him. No,
That's
no,
basically
that's
what
what
he-
he said. He did. I've never felt out a grievance with somebody else's name on it. My
That
grievance
goes against the code?
Hell yeah. But like in all my dorms, I damn near run the dorms, so it's like we gotta read the motherfuckers before you put it in the box anyway.
Really? So you can't just fill out a
You can't
grievance?
just- Hell no. In the hole you can because you in a cell by yourself.
Yeah, wait for him to come and get it and take it to
Yeah,
corporate.
slide it up under. Yeah,
And take
you
it
know
up
what I'm
top.
saying? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? But like dorm settings and shit like that, like or anywhere, you got to give the kite to the,
Niggas
to
be
the
having to write
black
grievances
reps or
for
whatever.
socks, underwear,
all that. man,
that
we gotta
nigga.
read
You need
that.
extra, whatever, nigga.
Yeah.
Grievance.
You know who said something on the podcast the other day? It's not out yet, but I thought it was a pretty good metaphor for how I feel about this situation. As we were talking to Nolan McCairo about somebody that he's close with who was allegedly snitching at a certain point. I think the person's dead, but
Oh shit, Mad Max.
and he gave this example, and you tell me if this is fucked up logic to use. If you're a guy, you're from the neighborhood, and your sister's a hoe, your sister fucking everybody, and people talking about it on the block, they're talking about, oh, so your sister's a hoe, yada yada. you could spend your whole life fighting people, defending her honor, saying no, she ain't a hoe, yada yada yada. Or at a certain point, you could say, all right, she a hoe, whatever. Like, it ain't my fucking problem. Like, at a certain point, I'm not going to be the one going around telling the whole neighborhood she's a hoe. But if it seems to be the case, all right, I got to sit back and like, y'all can talk about it. I'm not going to jump out the window trying to defend whatever. For me, 1090, I love this guy so much that I'm not ever going to be the one who's like, oh yeah, he's no good. Like, look what he did, or whatever. So if other people are going to say it, it is what it is. But for me, I find it very difficult to talk down to 1090. I feel too much solidarity with him because of the fact that he represents the Boston area. So even if he got caught with his fucking pants down, I can't be the one passing judgment on 1090. So from my perspective. Now, is that fucked up for me to say that?
Nah, I mean you're not a part of the gang culture or the street culture. That's your homeboy.
True.
I mean, you are a part of the street culture
From a
but
peripheral angle, yeah.
But you didn't grow up with the same codes of ethics. But you know not to tell nigga if you go somewhere that you ain't supposed to be and some shit happened, you didn't see nothing. You know what I mean? Like if you go take a trip to somebody's hood doing a vlog and you see somebody get killed right there, Adam, you can't sit on the side to say who killed them. Like you don't get that.
Especially
pass.
not that, because that's none of my business. I'm not involved in it anyway. You
that's
know?
why I'm like, you didn't see that. Yeah, I mean, long as you know when you with hood people and you
Don't
know
be,
that you like,
don't be one of them concerned white people.
and
And be concerned about everything, because that shit bite your ass out of
I mean, now somebody, if you're somewhere handling business and somebody assaults you and do whatever, you pay taxes to the government. You're not from a gang. The only gang that you have to call is 911, and you pay their salary.
What if there was a serial killer who lived next door to you?
I'm a kill cuz.
The Cameron question.
Yeah. Y'all remember when they asked Cameron that on 60 Minutes, and he said, "Nah, I wouldn't call the cops on anyone, even if they're a serial killer." And people been going in on him for like 20 years about that shit. Brick Baby just shut it down real quick. I'm gonna kill him myself. But I mean, I feel it. Like, I don't know. I don't really know.
If I knew he was
Actually,
a
no.
serial
If I knew,
killer,
I would
like,
definitely call.
nigga.
I would call the cops on him so fast your head would fucking spin if it was a real serial killer.
If he was living next door,
Serious. That was
if he was
concerned white
living
people
next
shit.
door on some bullshit, man, I'm getting up on him. Why he taking out the trash, nigga? It's over with.
But why put your freedom at risk when you
Hey,
can just call the
man.
cops and have them take care of it?
Man, cuz now my life is at danger. I don't know who you think about killing next, nigga. It won't be me.
Yeah.
Let me in your spree here. It depends on what type of serial killer he was, nigga.
This nigga said, "Let me in your spree right
They
here."
call- if it was like a gangbanger,
Nah, it ain't
if
like-
it was like a gangbanger serial killer like Vine. Shit,
It's
like,
not a
I
King
thought-
Bond style serial killer. It's more
Yeah,
like a guy
yeah.
just sneaking into old ladies'
Jeffrey
houses and
Dahmer.
stabbing them to
yeah, I
death.
gotta kill cuz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get him. He killing old ladies and shit.
Speaking of killing cuz, we seen a cuz killing it the other day in New York. Gunna performance, the biggest fucking. Do you know how many people that was? It looked like
Barclays Center.
20,000 people or
Barclays
some
Center,
shit.
yeah.
That was a
It
huge
was Fashion
crowd.
Week too.
So he had all his fashion killers in the building.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
feel? And were you in any way surprised to see Gunna having such a ridiculous crowd? And also, are we going to be able to go see him in LA, or are we still on the press list? He gonna be on us.
You hear this is September 28th, I think.
Do you think
right?
he even knows like whatever every individual media personality has been saying about him, or you think he's
Hell
been too
yeah.
checked out
Fuck
to really be
yeah.
paying attention?
Even if he, I think
We gonna see
I
right
think he's
now.
been told to stay away from it. Like, don't
You
even
won't call
entertain it.
Gunna.
I ain't
That's just
gonna
my
go
personal
nobody
opinion. I
see
feel like
you
he's
reply.
been told they don't look at it, because it fuck with your spirit.
He's just out here
All in all.
keeping it positive. You know, he had the Free Jeff sign up on stage and
saw that.
everything while he's doing
saw
it.
that.
It seems like he's trying to keep it positive and just be the person that he really believes he is, even though you have all these people trying to paint him as if he's something else, right?
Man, I heard Thug say, yeah, fucking with Buddy.
Yeah, I feel like
You know
he
what I'm
can't.
saying?
He can't
He
even
said, I
be
ain't
mad
fucking
at
with
people
Buddy.
having their opinion on it. He kind of just got to take it and just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going off how
Like, it's
Thug
a-
moving, and he was like, I'm not fucking with
We
Buddy.
gonna wait in a second. He hit back in a second.
This was today?
Yeah. That's it. Don't say it out loud.
This is a Gunna affiliate.
This is Gunna himself.
It's gonna.
Brick Baby in there having chats.
All right.
We're going to put it up on the screen. Let's start there. Let's start there. Let's put those texts on the screen.
Let's put two texts on it.
Let's do our
We
homework.
Can't do that.
Put the whoops on the
We
screen.
can't do
So
that.
like we going then.
I mean, man,
You gonna be like
listen,
DDG?
man,
You're gonna come out and
I'm
take that
about-
picture,
I'm
and
about-
Remo gonna give you a post?
If-
Let's
if-
pull up.
He done did so much for me, man, on the hood. If he want me to come, I'ma come. If he come to LA and say he want his big brother there, I'ma be there. I told him, nigga, long, you know what I mean? I can't, if you say you want me to come with you to the hood, you gotta say you got to clear up. Yeah, I don't know, nigga, you know what I mean? But nigga, as far as that being little bro, nigga, that's little bro.
Because you already a big target for everybody in the LA YouTuber gangster scene. You've been getting a lot of videos made about you in general. I can only imagine that if you were seen rolling around with Gunna, that for sure we're going to be seeing a lot of conversations about that. Like the pressure would be on you hardcore if you were like really kicking it with him like that. Now, somebody like me, I don't give a fuck. Somebody like you, I could just only imagine how much shit would be getting thrown at you.
My daughter asked me, am I going to my uncle's show?
It's that close. She thinks of him as an uncle.
For sure. Damn. She know
How many
what the
times your
fuck-
kid been around
she
Gunna?
A gang.
Really?
Before he was famous and while he was famous.
Wow, that's crazy.
She was going around them little shit while I was in jail.
Wow.
Yeah, but like Christmas didn't happen by itself, nigga, while I was in jail. Shout out Milk. Shout out Milk Tyson.
Yeah.
Shout out Gunna. Shit.
What's your relationship with 21 Savage? I seen you shout him out one time where it was like,
Yeah, 21, that's my little bro. That's bro. You know what I'm saying? I was going through some dark times. He was there.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? With a lot of people his caliber that know you see a nigga going through some shit, nigga, it ain't reached out and just, I'm talking about fuck financial. On
Just
the
blessed
side of
you
that.
overall.
Like, even like one time I was on Instagram and he like, bro, is you straight? Like, you just posted some shit. Like, you good? Like, you sure? Like, you want to come out here and just come kick it with us for a second? Like, nigga, like, we right here, bro. Like, ain't nobody turning their back on you. You know what I mean? Like, shit like that outside of the dark time I was going through. Like, you know what I mean?
You think 21 would look at you crazy if you were posted up with Gunna taking pics?
Nah. Nobody would look at me crazy. Nobody would look at me crazy. Like,
I feel like Wack 100
Coming
get
from-
away with it. So
no.
at this
Fuck
point-
all that. No, you can't put me in the same boat as him.
I'm just
he be
keep
around some
it-
crazy.
but that's
ass,
not-
like
In 2023 though, I don't feel like nobody really saying shit
It
to
ain't-
Wack for being around.
it
niggas
ain't
like 6ix9ine
that,
and
bro.
shit.
It's like, okay, all right,
Well, look at how
okay,
he
you
move.
went against the street code, but our bond. If you need me, I gotta be there. Not on no hood shit. It's the fact that these niggas that you want me to go, like even Thug, he blessed the nigga, you know what I'm saying, when I came home and all that. But like, always picked up the phone, always was there when I, like, through the whole sentence. Gunna. You get what I'm saying? Nip, Gunna. You know what I mean? Like, Nip bought my first lawyer. Like, nigga, I had 2 lawyers because I didn't even know he paid for a lawyer too. I'd come to the gate. He like, oh yeah, I'm representing you. Nipsey sent me. You know what I mean? Like, I can't turn my back on none of that. You get what I'm saying?
Isn't that what the streets say that you're supposed to do? You're supposed to turn your back on your own daddy if he's telling.
Like, I don't have to kick it with you every day. You're no longer in the hood realm with me, but I can't turn my back on that. That's not, you can't turn your back on that. It's just like certain people got brothers that told, like, you know, you can't turn your back on your brother. You can't kick it with him in the hood either. You gotta go, y'all do your family thing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Straight
saying?
up,
Like,
yeah.
y'all go do your family thing.
But some people you do gotta turn your
But
back
like,
on. Right?
if he, yeah, for sure. But like, nah, like certain shit. Like I said, if he would have gave the police extra information on the case and said Thug did this, yeah, he got the rental, of course. Woo, I would have.
If he did what 6ix9ine did?
If he did what Woody did, if he would, he copped the plea with information that's already like, it's somebody that just went to jail, just got the murder. You seen it? The dude that.
Yeah, you like that? What the fuck was that?
That shit was funny as fuck.
Imagine getting life while you're breakdancing.
That nigga came in with some pig headphones on. That shit was funny as hell.
But they already said he's a blood from YSL.
right.
They don't need confirmation about this being a gang. These people is the whole jail screaming out slap. Like, well, the thing is, you was supposed to ride it out. You was supposed to, because, you know what I mean? You didn't have to cop that plea once they said somebody else's name. When they say somebody else's name, you go back and renegotiate your deal with the lawyer and them like, hey, can you take this out to where I got to say, so I'm admitting guilt to what I'm admitting guilt for. I'm not admitting guilt for them. You get what I'm saying? Like, take this out. I don't want to say nothing about nobody else. This is about me, right? I'm copping the plea.
He ready to get out
I'm
that
gonna say what
motherfucker.
you know what I mean? But that's the non-respectable part.
I get it. 100%.
And cuz say I fucked up and I know what I'm going, like I gotta just live with this shit. Like, that's his words to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, I know I fucked up. I already did it. I gotta live with it. Whatever come with it. Da da da. But
So he owning it with type
yeah,
shit.
you get what I'm saying? Like, but in a way to where it's like, nigga, if I can help him in any type of way, like, I'm trying to.
I look at that shit and I know I might be a little bit surface level with it, but it did make me happy when I saw that many people coming out to support him, just because of the fact that he does come off to me like a good guy, like he has a good heart. Maybe he made some bad decisions, whatever, but like, I don't know, he just seems like a good guy at the end of the day, and I would like to see the people be able to kind of like accept it. It seems like they're accepting him when you see that many fucking people coming out to see him and everything.
They came out for Gunna.
I mean, hey, they
came out
clearly
for
some percentage of the fan base is still very, very enthused about him, and it is kind of nice to see, like, from my perspective, that people aren't necessarily just going to jump out the window against him or anything. Even though I do think it was fair for them to jump out the window against a lot of people who've basically done similar stuff to him in the past.
And his whole push is Free Thug. His whole album was about y'all turning y'all back on me, and like I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here for you, like whatever. Like, nigga, I'm fucked up about it. Like, all the songs is him being apologetic to the situation. So if it's any way, I know some ways he can right his
would
wrong.
that shit matter to you if you was Thug?
If you saying free thug,
Nah.
but you kind of
Like,
help.
would that matter to you?
And that's why I
Exactly.
said I wouldn't be
Shit
doing
wouldn't
music
matter.
and really just super
Facts.
hanging out with him till him
Real
and Thug
niggas,
cleared
real
up their differences, whether they wasn't friends no more or if they
Yeah,
was friends,
straight
you
up.
know what I'm saying? But if they cleared it up to where they could see eye to eye and it was just, you know what I mean? Because I know Slime too, and I known Slime a little bit longer, but the fucking with was Gunna, I was fucking with Gunna like more on the day-to-day type shit. And I was fucking with Thug like that at first, but he started building so much of a big entourage that, you know what I mean? Like, it was certain times where Thug just had an iPad. He wasn't even on the phone. He had FaceTime me from an email. You get what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even have a phone for a second. He'd go through his little Prince moments. So, you know what I mean?
Okay, I have one other Brick Baby Beef, BBB, that I just wanted to throw out there. So Compton Rick Rock was on this platform a couple weeks ago with Wack, and I didn't know that you guys had issues, but apparently there were some issues. So where did this originally stem from?
It stemmed from him talking about he gonna DP me over doing the
gay Crip.
interview. Yeah.
Oh, so he's the one who spoke out about that with you
Yeah.
first. Okay.
Yeah, like how is
Shout
that,
out Tony.
How is that even possible, nigga? You're not. First of all, you from Compton, nigga. You're not DPing me, point blank, period. And I ain't. They talking about I stamped him, whatever. He did this before the interview because when they seen the picture, they thought we had a photo shoot with him.
Shout out.
Yeah, we gotta figure
Redacted.
it out.
Shout out Redacted.
Yeah. Always. It's like, I don't know why it happens every time.
What's your name? All right. So what are you saying?
No, where was I at? That should fuck me up. No, so basically, he made the video before the interview because
before it even came out.
Because when we was taking pictures, they were taking video of us taking pictures, so it looked like we were at a photo shoot.
Okay.
With the gay Crip,
Right.
Like we was stamping something that he was doing.
Right.
They don't know what we said in the interview. You get what I'm saying? So this is you speaking before. So now you get on my phone like, oh yeah, my bad, little bro. Woo. Because I told him, I'm like, at the end of the day, I told him, nigga, we not accepting that. And I doubt the Hoovers are too. Long story short. You know what I mean? He like, oh yeah, I'm going to post the apology video. So Now, but I never watched the other video. You know what I'm saying? I called Spider like this your boy because I was gonna go live that day and get on him. He like, oh, we got a little something going. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stand down. Go. Like he like, oh, he said he was gonna post the apology. Then I talked to him. Whoop, he like, oh yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to link up, do content, da. You know what I mean? Do that real, but. I guess your video is doing good on your platform to where you don't want to go on there.
Been there.
You get what I'm saying?
You got a video doing good, you start to realize you don't want to say what's in the video. You're like, well, shit, taking it down don't sound too good either. Fuck.
You didn't have to take it down. You could have just made
another one.
Whatever you was going to do. Reached out to the world, just said, like, it is what it is. So now.
You figure he letting it just eat for a minute?
Yeah, he was letting it eat.
Longer.
So now I'm like, I'm really on him. So now I see Tony drop this flag.
Yeah.
Something that I advised him to do. When he came here, he was with it. He had real, but after this, he knew that was a bad move.
And anybody who thinks that Big Baby is really fucking with Tony like that, Tony, because I did another interview with him that's going to be coming out through the next week or so, and he fucked with Crip Mac. You know, I think he really appreciated getting that sandwich and the bag of chips from him and everything. But he was kind of salty at you because he's like, you know, Brick Baby, he went on other platforms and he had this, and this to say about me, and he wasn't saying all that during the interview or whatever. And I was like, well, you kind of really did. Like, you gave him a little statement at the end of the interview where you were basically like, listen, I understand this is what you claiming because you're from over there, but that shit is not going to fly in LA. And so I think but when I'm talking
I just did it respectfully because I wasn't going to disrespect you. I don't have nothing against you. But then when we going on platforms and now people thinking that I stamped it, I'm on the platform telling them that's exactly what I didn't.
I realized from talking to him and doing that second interview that, like, he is just a regular dude or a gay-ass dude, but from a fucking Hoover Crip area in Texas. That's the area he's from.
Yeah.
He's not like super crippin' like that.
He wasn't with none of that.
That was like a costume.
He knew that if he rocked the outfit and he built himself as the gay Crip and he hit the funny ass C and he did all this shit, that it would actually go viral. And he was right, but he already is like not really trying to play with it like that. He's already kind of backpedaling, being like, listen, I'm from over there, but I'm not really claiming to be none of that. You know?
Look at the situation.
They've been on his ass.
But that was his claim to fame now. It's like, damn, you denounce yourself. What do you got? I felt like he got out a little too early. Should have kept it moving.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, if I were you, I would have rocked this for a few more months.
Because I think, bro, he thinks he's got the wings already and he's about to fly and he's about to fall on his face.
Do your
That's
research.
what got you in, bro.
But he is a pretty good podcaster. And like when I introduced him to Tasha K and they were acting like they were going to do content together and stuff. I mean, let's be real. Like the gang thing, there are hundreds of thousands of people that will pull up and watch if you are doing anything involved in the gang shit. Really, there's millions of people. I remember Crip Mac got DP'd. The clip from the No Jumper show of us talking about it has 2 million views. That says a lot about how many people are fascinated by that street shit. And I think Tony, like, honestly, he kind of, if he can come out of that whole situation without getting fucked up by anybody or having any kind of bullshit happen to him, he probably played the shit pretty smart. But he already he's calling fucking OG Percy a weirdo and talking about OG Percy being a fucking crackhead or some shit.
Just listen. Once the Hoover seen that out here, whatever they probably reached out to whoever they reached out to, that's it. And like, hey, bro, y'all accepted that around there? Like, that ain't what we do. So they probably like got at Tony like, hey, man, you got to cut that out. You get what I'm saying? He would have wrote that out as long as he could.
I just think that him doing what he just did is going to hurt him. I don't think it's going to do anything for him. I don't think we're going to hear too much more of him unless, like, he does something else that we all know what it is about
he
going viral
rap,
these
though.
days.
His raps, his videos are pretty good. And the Crip song that he just put out where he dressed up like Eazy-E in a wheelchair and he's talking, I'm a C-R-I-P, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, yo, this shit is actually pretty good.
That's what I said. He can rap, bro, but he just can't put the Crip shit in there, man. He's better than Saucy Santana.
Ooh. Hey, yo, he wants to be a No Jumper host. So, like, I don't want to spoil too much of the interview. He wants to be a No Jumper host. And I honestly do think he's like a pretty good communicator, like on camera, he's pretty good and stuff. But at the same time, it is kind of hard for me to imagine the Brick Babies and the Sharps and the whatnot. It's like really vibing with them on a day-to-day basis. Like that would kind of be a pretty big leap in terms of you guys being cool with the LGBT community.
It is cool. I would just be potting with him all the time, though. I mean, it's cool.
Cool.
I mean, But whatever.
But I don't know, maybe like because you guys a lot of times when I say some gay ass shit, which I feel like actually
Cool with.
man.
my sex plan. Let's get to that. Let's start there. My sex plan. I feel like I've reduced it by a massive percentage. Like, shout out to AD. I got no problem with AD. But man, I would be saying some gay ass shit to him on a very consistent basis. And for some reason, at some point, I just kind of left that shit behind. And I don't really have anybody on the podcast that I make those kind of jokes to so much anymore. Well, actually, maybe Whack. But like, I don't know.
me?
I don't say no gay shit to you, really.
He does say gay shit to me.
Well, I don't know why. You
I
just don't
say
give me that
gay
vibe.
shit.
But why did I feel like that was the vibe with AD? I'm not really sure. It's kind of, I don't know. I just felt like it was acceptable to troll his ass with that. But for some reason, I left that behind after they all dipped out. So I don't know. But I am excited for that interview to drop. But I was thinking while I was doing it, I was thinking like, shit, like, what's interview number 3 going to be about? Because without the gay Crip angle,
Kind of lost everything, right?
it's kind of like, what are we really talking about
Now
at a
you
certain
understand
point?
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it's gonna, and I feel like that's gonna get worse as it goes on. Like, shout out to Gay Tony. I ain't got nothing against him. Good brother. But I just know that if you felt like that already coming into that, imagine as the time goes on, what'll happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this will be his make or break right here. I mean, I wish him the best. I mean, shit.
If he don't end up on No Jumper consistently, I bet he's gonna be doing some kind of podcast or platform or something. Like, there's definitely different channels out there that are gonna want to fuck with him and stuff. But the world was so fascinated by the gay Crip narrative. I don't know how fascinated they're
That's
necessarily
what I'm
going to be with
saying.
just the regular gay dude
And that's,
vibe.
and that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't think like that. That's how he came in. That was his claim to fame. So it's like,
Yeah,
do you feel like
that's
he's,
why
do
I
you feel
wouldn't
like he's
even be
transitioning
comfortable
a little too early out of it,
fucking
even
with
if
it.
it was a character, right? Him riding it just a little bit longer if we looked at it, right? If for him to stay on, quote unquote, or keep thriving.
But I think y'all kinda
what's it
scared
gonna
him a
be?
little bit.
Yeah, I
What's it
think
gonna be
Brick
now?
got a point. I think niggas kind of like forced him. Like, look, you ain't.
Yeah,
finna,
he got forced out
he
of
got
the
forced,
mixture, but it's
yeah.
like, what you gonna do now?
Let's be real. Like, there's a lot of cities that probably have gangs without much violence, and then you have LA, where it is a fucking war zone, and specifically with the shit that he was representing is like the biggest gang conflict in LA history. And when I'm rest in peace to S-Bone, when I talked to him and I said, what do you think the odds are that there could be, you know, a truce in LA in the long run, yada, yada. And the number one thing he says is like, well, the neighborhoods in the Hoover is going to have to figure it out because every other gang conflict is pretty fucking small in comparison to that one. So I think like maybe Tony coming out here realized like, oh, the shit that I grew up around in Texas or whatever is a different level out here.
Yeah.
He understood
going for it.
absolutely nothing. Let's just say it, bro. I'm sitting there astonished. I'm like, because he's telling like Brick, he's like, what's that? No, I don't know what that is. Like,
I'm like, you know, the
Where's
Hoover
that?
started in L.A. He's like, for real?
yeah. Yeah. Like, it was like shocking him that he was learning this.
Oh,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
we
Like,
the
he didn't know.
police. I'm like, you know
He said,
who
so
Hoover
where the police-
is?
he said,
Do
so
you
where the
know
police
what?
then is what you're saying. Like, he was lost, like, in the entire
When I told him
conversation.
who Hoover was, like, I'm like, man, that's what Hoover Street's named after. He's like,
Sat
we the
back,
police.
bro.
I'm like, no, I'm just saying that street is named after a federal agent.
Hey, I was just on the same roller coaster that day. That's all it was, brother. I sat back and just watched what was going on. He didn't understand nothing. Like, especially when Crip Mac asked him, he said, so, you know what's on my forehead? This don't bother you at all? He was like, no,
Yeah.
not at all.
That kind of says a lot, right?
That's-
If that doesn't bother you, then you clearly don't feel too
not really.
closely
You don't have
affiliated with that.
Yeah, bro, you ain't got no history.
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
I seen y'all had Jay Diggs on here yesterday or something, right?
This is
kinda
true. Me and
crazy.
Sharp sat down with him.
Yeah.
Still waiting to hear what Wack thinks of that. But yeah, we had a good sit down. He really only spent maybe like 5 minutes talking about his issues with Wack. And from my perspective,
yeah.
the shit that Wack said about him seems to be very unfair and not sourced in reality. So I do think that like
It was fucked up.
It was a fair conversation for us to have. We got into a lot of history about the Mac Dre situation and all that kind of stuff, the bank robbing shit. But I do think that if Wack were to be totally honest and upfront about it, he does owe Jay Diggs a bit of an apology. But Jay Diggs seemed like he don't want an apology. He wants to fight. So I don't know how likely that is to happen at any point because them two against each other actually would be a hell of a scrap because Jay Diggs, I didn't really get it from just watching videos and stuff, but he is a very strong, muscular man. He got a hell of a wingspan on him. And Wack, to his credit, same thing. Motherfucker shaped like one of them bullets in Mario Brothers. You know, the big-ass bullet. Wack shaped like that. So them two fighting would be
A face-off.
That would be something. I'll be real. If that ever happens, I hope it don't hit the internet. I hope it's just like the people who are there get to see it. But that would be some wild shit.
And you know, I like how we didn't even really ask him about Wack. Like, he brought it up briefly, talked about it briefly. I said, hey, is there any way? I mean, they'll see it.
They'll see.
Yeah, they'll see it. Yeah, they got to see it. Can't clip it out.
Speaking of scraps.
Oh, no, it won't be clipped. None of it's clipped.
What about, go ahead.
Speaking of scraps, I've done a lot of woofing on here talking about how I think Crip Mac could handle everybody in a fight. I've been sitting here telling a lot of people he would fuck them up.
You be like, man, but he got to get his coordination.
The last couple days, I ain't gonna lie. I think you said it somewhere else to us. You was like, bro, my bad.
And hey, that's boxing. That's like with the big ass gloves on and shit. So it is a different situation, but I am reconsidering my position a little bit. Some of the bets that I claimed that I was going to put out here, I don't know. I might be fucking with Bomb to G, you know? If they ever really going to fight,
man,
I might have to take my money and put it on the other side now.
40,000 off the table now?
I don't know.
Bro, I just felt like fucking Crip back there. Like, it's cool, my nigga, but I really believe bro is a star at heart. Like, I fuck with him. You know what I mean? And I just don't want to see him like doing it for $555. Like, nigga, you go get you a bag, some, like you say, some real increments, nigga. And a nigga will pay you because they want to see what you can do. They want to see all that. But when you out there putting down like quick little demos, it take value away from the situation. And I don't want to see that for him. You know what I mean?
But I bet they still pay to get him in the ring.
Yeah, but
they want to see the circus show.
But how long if you're doing those?
But Crip Mac always tells me
he don't gotta win.
He always tells me that he wants $100,000.
Who don't want to see that?
Who wants to see it?
He thinks he's gonna get He thinks he's gonna get $100,000 to box. That's what he always tells me. I'm gonna be real. That is a shitload when you think about people paying $20 to purchase a pay-per-view. And in reality, this is a fight that is primarily going to be watched by people who are in the trenches, aka the number one most likely group of people to bootleg content that you could ever imagine. So I don't know.
But there'll be somebody, there's always investors on people that just want to see it, be like, fuck it, I'll throw the bread at it just because I got it laying around. Like, there's people that's like that, bro. If it catches enough traction or like somebody actually sees it on, like, hey, Crip Mac, he'll fight for that. Cool, I want to see it.
Right.
I feel like 20 to 50,000 be all right.
What about me versus Bosco? I want that butt. I want that butt. I'm going to spit right in his booty.
He said he told Bosco he going to knock him out and spit in his butt.
What's wrong with this?
That interview dropping soon, too. Hey, the 22ster knows no bounds, man. I want that butt.
Wrong with this nigga, bro? Like,
I'm going to put some jalapenos on my waistline, too.
Bro, like, what's up with you, buddy? What's up?
Nah, I'm going to come with the Jack in the Box jalapeno poppers.
That was a great interview. We was all funny to the motherfucker the whole interview.
Bro.
I was high to the bitch. I smoked some good weed. I was laughing like a motherfucker at the interview.
Bro,
Swear
why
to
would you
God.
say this type of shit? Like, you
That
said it
nigga
with
was
aggression,
Hey, man,
bro.
I want that butt. That's why I've been officially indoctrinated into the Chirac cult of savagedom.
Who you got?
Who I got? Me.
Who you got? No, who you got on the C-Mac and Bosco fight?
C-Mac versus Bosco? I still think I might have to go with Crip Mac.
Yeah.
Even after what I saw over this
I'm
weekend.
gonna say, like, look,
I don't
you
know.
about to do it again.
I think Bosco's over whooping. I think Crip Mac gonna handle him.
Shout out to Bosco.
He might be over whooping.
Crip Mac, my nigga, man.
I gotta go with Crip Mac.
I love Crip Mac.
Just 'cause
That's
I
my
know.
nigga. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with Crip Mac in
Man,
that one
this
because
is
that's
betting your
my
money.
nigga, homie.
This is betting your money. This is not who you gonna think gonna win. Who are y'all putting your money on?
I put my money on.
$20,000
I put my money on Crip Mac.
with Bosco.
I said I was gonna put 20 grand on Crip Mac over
Bosco,
Bumpton.
but
G, you know?
Put my money. I got to ride with the homie.
I ain't gonna lie, I seen Bosco in here the other day. He looked like so I don't know if
Yeah, right.
I-
He's a little bigger than
He
I
like-
remembered.
yeah, I ain't
because
gonna
back in the
lie.
day he was super fucking skinny, right? That's what I remember. I don't know if it's true. So
Yeah,
I remember him being tiny.
It seemed like
I don't know.
Yeah, but he
In
know
this
he might got to
equation-
fight any other time.
I don't care though. I still want that butt.
In this, hey,
You know what you should do at the press conference? You know,
Spit on his butt.
Nah, Glock
That's the other option. Yeah. For sure, Remo's going to be in my corner in the boxing match, and he's going to pass me the Glock Dookie as soon as I knock him out. Yeah.
in this day and age, I feel it's about not who can give a punch, but who can take a punch. I feel like
He
Crip
gonna
Mac
get
can
that
take a
shit
better
shot
punch.
up outside with that.
I do
Glock.
think he could.
I think
I think Crip Mac could get the shit beat out of him and keep going.
and keep going.
Yeah.
Always.
And niggas
Man,
get
Crip
winded
Mac
when
will
they
fight
niggas get
anybody.
winded, bro. Especially if you
Crip
ain't
Mac will fight
Carter,
anybody.
you
He
ain't on
got
your
the
shit.
heart of a motherfucking lion.
Yeah, that's my nigga.
That nigga
I
will
feel
fight.
like
I had hit him.
equation is who can take
I
one.
text him. I'm like, yo, so that was like a
Oh.
paid fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't even no paid fight. He really just went to the hood to go catch a fight.
Which is wild because
Yeah, thank
me and
Bro,
G-Face were
I hit
both
him.
sitting here putting up money saying we would pay for him to fight Bumpton G Uno. And he never hit me up about that afterwards, and he don't even know who the fuck G Uno is. So it's not like he was scared of him.
He
just
that episode. Go ahead.
no, that's out now. Yeah, the
episode's
full
out now.
G-Face one is out. So Crip Mac knows about that.
No. I'm talking about because he said, "Cuz Adam said 40, cuz I need 100." The me China back in.
I remember
that
when-
ain't-
Oh yeah, that one's still coming out. Yeah.
Go ahead,
So we'll
finish
get to
what
see
you
him
said.
react to that.
Yeah.
But
I thought
given
that even came out. That shit ain't came out.
given the idea of potentially making like $20 or $30 or $40,000, you'd think that he would want to preserve his willingness to fight because that's not
I
even an
thought
op
so.
to him, right? That's
We
a
talked
blood,
about
but
this,
he's
though.
cool with him.
Yeah,
Hey, but
the
see-
dude he fought wasn't an op either.
That trips me out because we just talked to him about this, bro. Like, and he was in agreement. Like, yeah, it's got to be about a bag. I'm like, cool. Crip Mac on the same page. Week later, nigga, you out here, nigga, scrapping some nigga for nothing.
He is an impulsive guy.
Yeah, I'm about to
To
say,
say the
I'm about to say, you know, Crip Mac.
Man.
He was already 3 old Englishes up, and you talking
That's my
shit. It's
nigga,
time
like,
to fight.
I'm
baby.
like, we just talked about this, and like he was like, yeah, he was giving me the game on it, like, you know,
But then
sharp
when
dog.
you
He's like, I'm on
saucy
it.
off 3 OEs and the nigga say he tried to catch a fade and you
Well, so what's China Mac doing? This is what China Mac is supposed to jump between them and say, no, we ain't doing this until you
China
get the
Mac was
bag.
in Miami, man.
Oh, see? That would have
Damn,
never
bro.
happened if China Mac was out
Hey,
here.
I
Overrode
believe
the
it would have
decision.
never happened if China Mac was
I
here.
swear to God.
I swear on
Nah,
everything I
definitely
love.
he wouldn't let that happen.
He wouldn't have let that happen.
Where's ODM? Where's Lupe? Where's somebody? I was thinking about that. I ain't seen him and Lupe together in a minute. Are they cool?
They still cool.
Yeah, they cool.
This motherfucker was in the 55th Street alley. Let's just call a spade a spade.
I'll be outside a little
Yeah,
bit.
he outside.
outside a little
We're
bit.
not going to talk about what happened, but man, Remo was almost in a sticky situation.
Yeah.
He almost saw how
Little
sticky
shit
it
just be
gets.
happening.
Yeah.
Little shit just be
You
happening.
know what I'm saying?
I lived in
Look,
Jackson
look.
before, so
Yeah, Jackson be hidden.
I don't know how many 55th Street alleys they got over there.
more than I ain't gonna say more than LA.
They got
The
cut.
whole shit look.
That whole shit look like 55th Street Alley, nigga.
Hey, shout out to Jackson, Mississippi.
Shout out
though,
to
you know?
man, Jackson, Mississippi boy look crazy.
Nah,
I just can't believe like he did it for the F, and we just sat down, and he was telling me, Adam, he's like, yeah, no, Sharp, I understand. He's like, man, shit, nigga gonna have to really run it to me. I'm like, exactly, smart man. Week later, for the F, round the corner in gloves. Like, come on, dog. Like,
street.
right in the streets, right?
Yeah, that was a weird
Back,
decision.
Like, you my
But
nigga,
nah,
bro, but come on, dog.
but the nigga was talking about what he turned down in jail, like all the phase he turned down to something. It was some hood shit, but you got to understand, you was just talking about elevation, cuz.
Well, the
On
world will never
55th
need
Street,
to
I'm
know now.
elevating.
Throw the money in there. Let's hit the ring. Let's see what he do. You know what I mean? Like it's not about what it was then. It's about what it can be now. And what it could be now is he could have got a nice little fucking payday, bro. And people would want to see that.
I
gotta
asked
get
him what
his
it was. This is
footwork
what he said.
together.
The reason he pulled up, he said, whoever, I don't even know the dude he fought, but you know the dude name? He said that he was saying the Brims and the Hoovers had me scared in prison and saying I was turning down phase, but he said I ain't never turned shit down. And he said, so I just had to go handle my issue and we don't sleeve and stirring shit down.
Yeah.
That was, he's saying the nigga, I guess,
Yeah.
was saying that he was turning shit down in
I
jail.
told you, I just said.
But
that's
who
what
was
I
the
just
dude,
said. He a rapper out of the Body Editors. Daisy K.
Oh,
Das
yeah.
K. Yes.
You knew him before all this?
Oh,
Daisy Kane?
nah.
No.
He
Damn
just
it.
got his pub up.
Maybe we should get him on here.
Yeah.
Have a face-off. Crib Mac again. Let me get bumped in Juno on there, too. Man, I really think G-Face crazy now that I seen him shooting up steroids on a story like nothing.
What?
I swear to God, I was watching his story last night. He
Yeah,
just
right.
injecting trend right into his fucking shoulder like nothing. You got no shame. I would have never thought you could just do that on your story. I would think that they would delete you for that.
You should probably delete that.
What, me saying? No, I'm saying he put it out
did
there
it
to
on his
every
story,
single
right?
person who
All
follows
right.
him.
Yeah, he put it on
All
his
right,
story.
well,
Look
fuck
at,
it.
look at my man's right here. I hit him up right away, like, damn, bro, like you're gonna be made of steel soon.
Come on, my nigga.
No, I support everybody getting their testosterone levels up. I'm too much of a bitch to do steroids at this point in my life, but I appreciate it. All right. I got a shitload more interviews to do for the day, so I'm going to clip this one right there. Appreciate you guys for
Hold on.
showing up.
One more thing.
Hit it. Bump
What
the
about
Juno.
the Mo 3 and the Trap Boy Freddy thing?
What'd you think of that rainwater chasing around the parking lot?
I feel like Freddie was ready to do something else to him, and they knew he couldn't do it with all them cameras right there.
That's what I was thinking. Like we know how how every single chapter of this whole Mo 3 saga has been handled, and it has not been a lot of fist fighting, right?
That's what I'm like, nigga, y'all talking about fight, nigga, and somebody died already. Hell no, nigga, you tripping, nigga. I'm not finna, nigga, not like that. No disrespect to King Von. I ain't finna be fighting and the nigga shoot me, nigga.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't really look at that shit like, oh, Trap Boy Freddy tripping. It's like Trap Boy Freddy probably was
He never
ready to
took
approach
his
the
hand out his
situation one
pocket.
way. Yeah.
And they know the fans up, man. They caught him at the right time. They did what they were supposed to do, though. They didn't run and nothing like that, rainwater. But Freddie was on some other type timing. They put them cameras up.
I support people not killing each other.
Yeah,
but at
me
the
too.
same
That's what I
time,
said.
Yeah, I
but
do.
but
I
that,
don't
that
know
got
nobody.
too much history to be playing like a fight. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, y'all shouldn't even, y'all man's passed away, man. That y'all don't get no
So are
cookie
you saying at
points.
that point, fuck the cameras?
Yeah, you shouldn't even have came out with cameras. Y'all caught y'all man.
Yeah.
Y'all should have, nigga, did y'all thing if y'all was gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Ain't no chase a nigga with no damn cameras and nigga, we
you're saying he should have done his thingy thing?
his thingy thing. He should have done his thingy thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Not his thangy thing, man.
man.
We got to leave the thangy things behind.
I mean,
The
I'm
thingy
just
thing's too
saying,
much.
that's like if Eric Holder was on the street and
Yeah, he would definitely
they get up
he'd be
on
doing his
him
thangy
and then
thing.
they chase him, you get what I'm saying? And they chase him with some cameras or something.
Yeah.
Like after Nip died. Like, man, you crazy.
Nah, when you put it like that.
Crazy? Come on, man. You
Yeah.
tripping,
real
bro.
shit.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
Oh, Lord. All right. Appreciate everybody who watched this. Again, leave a comment. Leave your Instagram at the end of the comment if you want to win these Gucci glasses. Yes, I am doing a giveaway with like $400 or $500 sunglasses. I forget how much they were, but we're doing it. We're getting crazy with it.
Get you some Gucci.
Get you some Gucci sunglasses. Let's get familiar. Appreciate you. Bray Baby Sharp, Remo. We out. No jumper.
Don't
Balling
see
out the
late.
gym. Woo!